Jackson. Field judge is Mark Brooks. Head linesman Chris Conway. Back judge is Scott Pruitt. And the line judge is Seth Bussey. Eagles dressed in their home blue jerseys, white pants, Georgia Southern blue helmets. For the visiting Howard Bison, they're dressed in all white. White helmets, white jerseys, white pants with navy blue numerals. No better looking team in America than the Georgia Southern Eagles. Keep your team looking its best by taking your clothes to Greener Cleaners in Statesboro. Utilizing a revolutionary and environmentally friendly process, Greener Cleaners will keep your clothes clean, fresh, and green. Stop by, see Wanda and Benny, the entire family, on Northside Drive in Statesboro. Online at Borough-GreenerCleaners.com. Time now for the first half kickoff, presented by Heritage Bank of the South. 20 locations across the state of Georgia. 2 convenient locations in Statesboro. Do business with people you know. Heritage Bank of the South. Find out more by logging on to eheritagebank.com. Luke Jerry tees it up at the 35, kicking left to right. A little wind in his face, and we're underway as the kick is fielded at the 3-yard line by Aquanius Freeman. Freeman coming near side, trying to get some blockers. Got some room near sideline 20-25. Steps out of bounds. They'll say he stepped out at the 28-yard line. Nice return by Freeman, the sophomore out of New Orleans. And the Howard Bison take over. Pretty good return there on special teams. They'll mark the ball at the Howard 29-yard line.
One thing to keep a note on, Boyd Sasser gets the start defensively. Eubanks has been rolled out alongside Dorian Bird, who's been rolled out today. Ute also been ruled out, but Guy Swope has been cleared and expecting playing time here this afternoon.
Defense comes out in the 4-3, Chris.
Randy Liggins Jr. will take the snaps. The junior out of Brea, California. Steps into a gun, 2-back set. They'll motion the tight end here on 1st down and 10 from the 29. They hand it off. It's Terrence LaFall, the senior out of Stone Mountain, Georgia, right up the gut, trying to find some room across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Good pickup right up the middle on the defense that time for the Howard Bison.
Good pickup is right, 5 yards on that play. Good blocking, and he didn't go down on the first hit either.
This time they'll spread the field. 2 receivers to the wide side. 1 receiver left side. They'll step into the I formation. 2nd down 5 at the 34. Here's a draw. The give again. Ball came loose. Still on the carpet. Looks like the Bison got it at the 35, maybe the 37. Terrence LaFall had the carry. Lost the football. Justice Ajike made the hit, stripped it loose, but the Bison able to get on top of it and pick up some yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2 with the ball placed at the 37-yard line of their very own.
The Bison 35% on 3rd down this year.
Quickly they're up and running. Trip receivers right, 1 to the left side. Liggins Jr. in the shotgun. Now rises up, looks to the far side as Georgia Southern switches defensively. A.J. McCray will come over, set up man-to-man on the near side receiver. Still getting set. The 3. Now they'll bring up Sasser. 4 linebackers set. Quick fire and catch made by the tight end for the 1st down. It's going to be Justin Boyd, the junior out of Webster, New York. He's got it at the 41-yard line, and the Bison get a fresh set of downs.
Made that look pretty easy. Quick drop, slant, hit him. Georgia Southern defense, a little bit of a disarray as they're trying to get the right personnel, flipping from a 4-3 back to the nickel package. And this Howard offense in no huddle.
Deion Stanley checks back in. He'll be the nickel back here as the Eagles go to the nickel defense. 1st down and 10 at the 41. Far side hash attacking right to left. Again, a fake draw. This time Liggins out the right side. Got room up to midfield. Lays a punishing blow at the Eagle 49. He and J.J. Wilcox collide, but not before the Bison pick up a very good 1st down. Looked like the draw, and then he faked the draw, and again it froze the defense long enough for him to get around the right edge.
Very good play calling so far. I like the way that play looked too.
So the Bison off to a quick start here. 1st down and 10 now at the Eagle 48-yard line. Opening drive of the game. 1st quarter, 13:02. No score as of yet. Liggins Jr. under center. Offset I formation. Little play action. Looking left side. Pocket collapsing and going down with the sack. Javon Minchin, who leads the Eagles on the year, picks up his 6th sack of the season and drops back Liggins Jr. at the 45-yard line of the Bison. The Eagles take home a sack presented by Steak and Shake in Statesboro. Anytime is a good time to stop into Steak and Shake and take home a sack 24 hours a day. So that'll set back the Bison. 2nd down and 17. They'll mark it at the 45-yard line of their own. Again, an offset I formation. They'll motion a receiver right to left. Here's the under center snap. Play action. Liggins Jr. rolling to his left. Little sprint out pass and an off the mark Throwing down at the Eagle 46-yard line, looking for Matthew Colvin, the freshman out of Jacksonville. Valdon Cooper on coverage, and it's incomplete. Sets up 3rd down, 17.
Antoine Williams on the previous play took out the back, which took the pass away for the quarterback on that play. Again, good route by the receiver coming back to his quarterback. Pass just not being able delivered.
3rd down, 17. The Bison on the year just 35% on 3rd down. 2 receivers short side of the field. 1 receiver out to the left. The tight end just off the line, and Boyd to the left side. Liggins Jr. steps back in a gun. 1 back on a wing to his left side. 4-man front for the Eagles. Steps up in the pocket. Liggins Jr. fires. Catch made at the 40, maybe the 39. Hauls it in. Very close to the 1st down. Looks to be about a yard shy as Brandon Flanagan hauls it in.
Beautiful pass, though, right on the money. Cornerback's playing about 8-yard cushion on the receivers. Just right across the middle.
4th down and a yard at the Eagle 39-yard line, and the Bison will roll the dice. 53% on 4th down this season. Under center, Liggins Jr. again play action, sprint out left side. He wants to run, in trouble. Olbeck got to him, drops him at the 39. It should be a turnover on downs. The Eagle defense bends slightly, but they shut down the Bison.
Very good play by Olbeck, because I was worried about that. When you saw him roll out, he had room. Olbeck came in there, and he did a good job of keeping his shoulders square, and he didn't bite on the first move the quarterback made, and he was able to stay at home and ramp him up. Good turnover.
Eagles come out on offense for the first time this afternoon. Dominique Swope on the field for the first time in 2 games. Missed against Chattanooga, missed last week against Appalachian State. Good to see the sophomore out of Buford on the field. It'll be a split gun formation on 1st down and 10 from the 39. The give to Robinson, far side. Robinson had a little bit of room, but pulled down. Nice closing speed by the Bison defense. Josh Jordan got to him. Jordan, the senior out of Las Vegas, Nevada, after Robinson made it to the 42-yard line.
Didn't get a block on him at all, Chris. He came up again. Very solid defense for the corner there. And the defensive end, Trevon Sheets did a very good job as well of stretching that out.
2 receivers near side as the Eagles look at 2nd and 8 at the 42. This time up the middle, it's going to be Swope. Swope breaks through the line, breaks a tackle at the 40 of the Bison. Coming near side, cuts back at the 30, 25, 20. He's to the 10, 5. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Welcome back, Dominique Swope.
Wow.
It's now 9 games with at least 1 rushing touchdown. A 58-yard ramble by Dominique Swope puts the Eagles on the board 6-0 with 10:46 to go in the 1st quarter.
You know, not bad for your first carry in a couple games. I don't know. Breaking tackles, throwing them aside, but also give credit. Great blocking in the middle, great blocking in between, and great blocking downfield. Enabled Dominique to use that vision and get around it.
Alex Hanks on for the point after. Snap set, kick on its way. Kick is good. 7-0 our score. 10:46 to go 1st quarter. Eagles out in front. Take a timeout. Return to homecoming 2012 at Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is Georgia Southern football. An identification will do so now. Broadcast booth, 7-0 our score. 10:46 to go here in the 1st quarter. Harvo, that was a decent start offensively by Howard. Stopped near midfield. The Eagles take over a couple of plays, and Dominique Swope rambles in.
Yeah, I mean, 46 seconds is all it took in 2 plays. Dominique, who hasn't played in 2 games, scores for the Eagles to get them on the board early. 7-0 on a 58-yard gallop. Brought to you by the Domino's Pizza Delivery, presented by Domino's Pizza, proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics. Locally, call them 681-4326, or for a location near you to go to Domino's.com.
Cherry puts it up in the air, fielded short kick, fielded at the 12 near side. With it is Freeman again. Freeman up across the 25, finally put down at the 28-yard line. Another nice return on a short kick. And the Bison come out on offense here. And as I mentioned, a pretty good drive to start this game for Howard, Terry. They were able to really mix it up. No huddle offense. Got moving. Stalled at midfield. Eagles kind of got a grip on it. Got their feet underneath them and able to shut it down.
No, I appreciated and respected the play calling. I thought it was very good. They came out there and did a good job. And I mean, this Howard team is not backing down to Georgia Southern at all.
First down 10. They mark it at the 29-yard line. Liggins Jr., the quarterback. 3 backs out of the shotgun. Here's the snap on first down. The give up the middle, trying to find some room outside. Terrence LaFall gets across the 20, or rather the 30, to about the 31-yard line. John Stevenson, the Eagles' leading tackler, along with J.J. Wilcox helping to clean it up. Pickup of maybe 2.5. It'll set up second down, a short 8 here at the 31, just beyond the 31-yard line.
Again, quick substitutions for the Eagles. They switch from the traditional 4-3 to the nickel package.
Trip receivers right. One lone receiver to the wide side of the field, near side, as Randy Liggins, junior quarterback, came into the game 23 of 41, 361 yards, 4 passing touchdowns. Into the gun, now set, waiting for the snap. Here it comes, running down here, little option pitch. Georgia Southern right there to clean it up. Loss on the play. LaFall goes down. Valdon Cooper goes underneath to pull him down at the 29-yard line. Valdon's first tackle for a loss on the season. And that'll set up the Bison third down and 10 between the 29 and 30-yard line of their own.
That was a naked option, no blocking out front. Val Cooper had nobody touching him there. No huddle offense for this Howard team so far. Play calls coming in from the sideline, and then the quarterback ought to be out of it.
Again, trip receivers right, one to the left side. Third down and 10 at the Bison 29-yard line. Liggins Jr. steps back, wants to fire across the middle, deflected and incomplete at midfield. Deion Stanley got a hand on it. They were looking for Justin Boyd, the tight end, and it falls harmlessly to the grass, and that will set up fourth down in a punting situation here for the Bison. It'll be John Fleck, the freshman out of Indianapolis, who's averaging 38 yards a punt this season.
That's one of those times where you almost wish he wouldn't deflect it. Deion Stanley getting his paw up there, knocking it up in the air, and it almost became a tip drill. Had he not touched it at all, it would have sailed about, I don't know, 6 yards beyond him.
Eagles appear to pin their ears back here. Going to come after Fleck. We'll wait and see, as now the Bison will put back another blocker. Here's the snap. Eagles coming for it. Fleck gets it away. Spiraling kick. Robinson fields it at the 35, breaks a tackle, goes from near side, far side, got some running room, trying to get to the 40, needs a blocker, didn't get it, and brought down at the 39-yard line. That's where the Eagles take over. Relatively good field position, leading 7-0 with 8:55 to go here in the first quarter.
Now, in all fairness, Barker was out there blocking. He was just pushing his defender towards the sideline. Robinson went to the outside versus cutting in. And Barker just pushed him in the wrong direction there, or Robinson took the wrong lead on that play. Mentioned Boyd Sasser filling in for Darius Eubanks, who's not dressed out today, the senior out of Millen, Georgia, Jenkins County High School.
First down 10 at the 40-yard line where they place the football. Eagles again with another combination on the offensive line with Dorian Bird unable to go today. In the split gun. McKinnon going to keep it, coming near side. Got a block he needed at midfield, and eventually brought down at the Bison 47-yard line. Eric Pittman in on the tackle.
Darian Robinson throwing the block out there, coming up a little gimpy. And right there was nobody out there on the option. I was thinking that Jarrett would take it to the house.
Ryan, as we mentioned, a little different. It's a beautiful day out here today. Not much of a wind, and the sun's starting to get warm on this turf.
Yeah, low 70s is what I think they're saying today, and not a cloud in the sky. Great day for football.
Pistol set formation. The give to Swope on the first down carry at the 47. Rodney Hill got to him. They got to the 45 as Swope with his second carry of the game after taking a 58-yard touchdown on the last drive.
Devin Scott in the ball game, giving Darian Robinson a break.
Eagles break from the huddle, looking at 2nd down 8 at the Bison 45-yard line, leading 7-0. Send out a receiver far side. Here's the quick toss. Toss coming near side. Devin Scott. Scott's got room inside the 40. Slung down at the 34-yard line by Anthony Whitlow. But not before Scott picks up a Franklin first down for the Georgia Southern Eagles. They'll move the chains, place the ball down at the 34-yard line of the Bison.
We've talked the last 3 weeks about these fantastic catches that Zach Walker has pulled out of the air. That was a fantastic block that Zach Walker threw right there to break Devin.
Man Ray Santamore breaks the huddle, puts his nose over the football on 1st down and 10 at the 34. Flexbone formation, a receiver to each side. Swope your B back. They motion Bryant. The give is to Swope up the middle. He's got room. 20, 15, 10. Cuts an angle at the 5. Put an Eagles 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Dominique Swope with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. This time from 34 yards out to make it 13-0 with 7:14 to go here in the 1st quarter.
He makes a difference in a ball game, doesn't he?
A little bit. 3 carries, 2 touchdowns. Not too bad. 34-yard touchdown run.
Once again for the point after. Russell Demasi to hold. Here's the snap. Set is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Make it 14-0. 7:14 to go here in the 1st quarter. Timeout on the field will resume in just a moment. You're listening to the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
More than ever.
Nothing our score here at Paulson Stadium. Georgia Southern leads over the Howard Bison. 1st quarter action, 7:14 to go. And a quick work once again by the Eagle offense, getting it done on the ground. Something that Howard kind of pride themselves in, and that's stopping the run this season. But don't know that they've seen a triple option attack like the Eagles.
Hell, right now they haven't been able to stop the dive. The Domino's Pizza Drive delivery presented by Domino's Pizza. Proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics. Call them at 912-681-4326 in Statesboro, or go to Domino's.com to find a location near you. Opening series drive for Georgia Southern. Took 2 plays in 46 seconds. Dominique Swope, 58 yards this one. Well, they kind of drug it out a little bit. 1 minute and 41 seconds. Took 4 plays, 60 yards. Dominique Swope, 34 yards. He has three carries on the day so far for 93 yards. Not a bad start after 2 games of being out, Chris.
Football teed up at the 35. Here's the approach by Cherry. It's in the air. This time far side, still short, fielded at the 6. DeAndre Price with the return up across the 20, spilled out at the 23-yard line.
Worthy to note, Matt Dobson not on special teams covering kickoffs today. Probably has something to do as he's the number 2 quarterback on the depth chart today. But Matt Dobson has done a stellar job on kickoff coverage this year.
Dominique Swope, that first touchdown run was a season-high run of 58 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns. The Eagles lead 14-0, and once again the Bison working inside their own 30-yard line. 1st down and 10. The ball at the 23-yard line. Liggins Jr. wants to throw the quick out, and it's deflected. Blake Riley got his hand on it and knocks it down. And Riley, the junior out of Crescent, Georgia, product out of McIntosh County Academy, getting a big opportunity here. A lot of this defensive front today, Blake Riley, Justice Ajike, Terry, getting an opportunity with the game on the line. They have played a lot this season in replace, giving the starting front some relief. But right now they're having to do it with the start. 2nd down, 10 at the 23. Split back out of the gun. Liggins going to pull. Liggins going to have some room, but he's pulled down from behind. Could not outrun Josh Gebhardt. And Gebhardt pulls him down at the 28-yard line after a pickup of 5. That'll set up 3rd down and 5 here for the Bison offense.
Gebhardt doing a good job of keeping his blocker, throwing him off, and making the tackle. But you're right, we're going to need 2 deep, 3 deep for a playoff run.
3rd down, 5 at the 28-yard line. Looked like movement up front. Flags come out, whistles blow. Eagles jumped up, but it looked like they were pulled off. We'll wait and see.
First penalty, first flags on the carpet today. Unusual.
Ted Pitts will tell us about it momentarily.
Offsides. contact by the defense, number 91.
And Justice Ejike called for getting a little too jumpy on the offensive line. The sophomore out of Covington comes out of the ball game. Trevor Shaw out of Alpharetta, Georgia, checks in. Trevor, a transfer from Wyoming, a senior today, 6'4", 285. Playing action again. We talked about seeing some jerseys out there that getting a start or some more playing time than they have throughout the season. We're going to need them out there this year.
So the automatic first down after the infraction, or rather the 5 yards, picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 now at the 33-yard line of the Bison. Liggins in the gun, throws out, looking for the quick screen near side, looking for Jonathan Booker, the freshman, and he couldn't watch it in, drops it at the 31. It's incomplete. Sets up 2nd down 10 at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I was actually pretty excited about seeing some of these matchups today. The MEAC actually have a lot across the board, conference-wise, have a lot of NFL prospects that you see on TV. MEAC, by the way, is a TV contract. A lot of them on the offensive line across the conference.
This time Liggins will work under center. Offset I formation at the snap. The give running downhill far side, trying to find room is LaFall. Across the 35 and slammed down at about the 39-yard line. Pickup of 6. That will set up a little manageable here on 3rd down. About 3rd down and 4 upcoming for the Bison.
Very good pickup. Good blocking by that big offensive line on the right side, led by 320-pound junior, 6'4", Joshua Matthews out of South Carolina.
This time working from the far side hash, attacking right to left on your dial. 3rd down and 4 at the 39. They'll send trip receivers to the left, one lone receiver to the short side of the field as Liggins in the shotgun, waiting on the snap. Eagles showing blitz. Here comes Stevenson, and Liggins trying to run, and he's going to be pulled down as he crosses the 40. Just got to the 41-yard line, shy of 3 yards to the first down. Dion DeBose got to him, and now it's 4th down and about 3, maybe a short 3, but it looks like the Bison will be happy to bring out John Fleck, the freshman again. And last time the Eagles inside the 30 came after the punter. We'll see here as Robinson, a little gimpy in the last offensive drive, back out there to receive this punt. He'll stand around the Eagle 22-yard line. John Fleck will kick it away once he gets his motion through at about the 28. He stands at the 26. Here's the snap. Gets the kick away. This is high, angling near side, and will take a bounce for the Eagles at the 20. Now another Bison bounce inside the 15. And it will be down at the 13-yard line, and that will be the 4th punt of the year for John Fleck. Or rather, check that. That's the 23rd inside the 20-yard line on the year.
Well, that's a 47-yard punt, 40 yards in the air. Good, nice, high spiral, kicking it away from Robinson. I think he took a little too long to get it off. It looked like a 3-step punt there. Surprised we weren't able to put a little more pressure on him. Jarek McKinnon checks back into the ball game with Swope and Robinson out there.
3rd possession of the day. So far on 2 possessions, the Eagles have 2 touchdowns. They lead 14-0, 4:40 to go. Here in the first quarter on 1st down, McKinnon going to keep. Had some blocks out on the wide corner. He's to the 35-40, far sideline. He's across midfield. McKinnon all by his lonesome. He makes it down and put an Eagles 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. What a run by Jarek McKinnon. Unofficially from the 13-yard line, and Jarek McKinnon had great blocks out on the corner. 87 yards, and McKinnon in for the score. Jarek on the season with his 9th rushing touchdown, and it is 20-0 with 4:28 to go here in the first quarter.
And I believe that's a career-long for Jarek as well. From the quarterback, a career-long 87-yard touchdown again. So far, Georgia Southern.
Hanks gets it up, almost blocked, but he gets it up and through, make it 21-0 with 4:26 to go. Timeout on the field. Eagles in control. First quarter action, they lead 21-0 over the Howard Bison. We'll return in just a moment. This is Georgia Southern football. Allen E. Paulson Stadium, 21-0. The Eagles upset after the loss this week, and right now the Howard Bison having to take the brunt of the punishment thus far. Georgia Southern football proudly presented by Zaxby's and your neighborhood Zaxby's restaurant. Zaxby's, indescribably good for over 20 years. Luke Terry to put it up on the tee at the 35 once again. Here's the approach, kicking left to right. Angling near side, fielded at about the 6-yard line. Freeman again up the near side, just stops at the 20 and is slammed down there as the Eagles got down quickly on special teams. And that's where the Bison take over, first down and 10 at their own 20. And Jerick McKinnon, these drives starting to get quicker and quicker, Harvo. This time, one play is all it took.
One play so far, guys, on the day. We're up 21-0, and we've taken 6 plays to do that. 6. First drive was 2 plays. Second drive, 3 plays. This time, 1 drive, 1 play. I mean, Jerick McKinnon, career high 87-yard gallop, put an Eagle 6 on a great blocking downfield by Mitch Williford.
7 plays, 207 yards of total offense for the Eagles thus far. Now we'll see McGee at quarterback for the first time for the Bison. He'll try to set up the option right side, keep it up to the 25 before John Stevenson carries him into the turf. McGee, the sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, comes in with 64 carries, 272 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 56 of 124 throwing, 620 yards on the year. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns. But he's a big kid, 6'3", 200 pounds. He'll step in at the shotgun, sprint out. The left-hander throws, catch made at the 31. It's Jonathan Booker. He's up the near side of the 35 and out of bounds there. But he picks up the first down for the Howard Bison.
Well, Val Cooper giving him about an 8-yard cushion off the line of scrimmage. That was a pretty easy hitch route there, pitch and catch.
First down 10, mark it at the 35-yard line. McGee in the gun, got 2 backs, 1 to his left, 1 behind him in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 4-man front for the Eagles. The give, right tackle is going to be LaFall, and he stood up after he got just through the line of scrimmage, made it to about the 36, just between the 36 and 37-yard line. Time is called by the officials as Jonathan Battle made the stop.
Say he made the initial hit, and then about 9 other Eagles jumped on board, make it 2nd and 9 here as we change out some personnel to go back to the nickel package.
2nd down and 8. To mark it at the 37-yard line. Trip receivers left, 1 to the right side, wide side of the field. McGee, shotgun snap, and at the snap we got flags and movement up front.
Yeah, right tackle Devin Morris got a little jump.
Ball start, 79 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
6'4", 310 out of Houston, Texas. Just he was a little quick on the draw. First penalty called on Howard today, so both teams have 1 penalty for 5 yards each.
So that'll back up the Bison, make it 2nd down and 13. The ball now at the 32-yard line of their own. McGee waiting on the snap, setting up screen, hit in the hands, but over the head of Freeman, falls harmlessly to the carpet. Luckily for the Bison, no Eagles in the vicinity that time because that one was tipped, thrown high. Freeman got his hands on it, and it seemed to fall in the air, Ryan, for eternity. As I said, no Eagles near it.
Yeah, Antoine Williams was too focused on making the tackle and didn't see the ball tipped in the air. Good job by Antoine. I wish he'd have seen the ball in the air, though.
3rd down, 13 at the 32. Shotgun snap. McGee deep in the hole. Comes out firing. The left-hander fires. Catch made at the 49 by Matthew Colvin. It's enough for a first down and a great catch stretching out for the grab. The freshman out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. His 14th reception on the season, and it keeps the Bison alive.
And that was a bullet thrown by Liggins. Good job in the pocket. Stepped into that pass and threw a bullet. Excuse me, that was Greg McGee. Threw a bullet in there.
First down 10 at midfield. Trip receivers right, 1 to the left. McGee with the snap. Puts it in the belly, hands it off to LaFall across midfield to the Eagle 49-yard line. Pickup of 1.5 yards. Not much there. We're down to 2 minutes, 34 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 21-0. Georgia Southern on fire. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, 7 offensive plays, 207 yards. 87-yard touchdown run for Jerick McKinnon, the longest play from scrimmage this season for the Eagles. Here's a quick fire on 2nd down and 9. Catch made by Flanagan out on the far side. Pickup of about 7. We'll set up 3rd down and 2 upcoming for the Bison offense.
Running attack has not been there for Howard. The passing game has been.
They'll bunch 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. On 3rd down and a short 3. McGee steps back. Hit as he throws. Catch made at the 29-yard line by Jonathan Booker, and he's free down to the Eagle 20-yard line. Wow, talk about poise. McGee standing in the pocket, got drilled in the chest by Dion DeBow, still delivered the football, and Booker holds on to give the Bison a 1st down, and now inside the red zone for the first time this afternoon.
Antoine Williams came in on a blitz, nobody up the middle, left unguarded. And he kept the ball in there, kept his poise, took the hit, and delivered a good pass. Break down the defensive backfield by the Eagles.
Great looking quarterback at 6'3", 200 pounds. McGee waiting on the shotgun snap, again bunching 3 receivers left. Quick fire right side. Catch is made by Matthew Colvin. He got free from 1 ankle tackle inside the 10, out of bounds, and a late flag. He was out at the 8, and they may tack on half the distance here on a personal foul.
No doubt about that one. A helmet came off for Howard, and then it went flying in the air. And I don't think coach is going to be happy with Trevor Shaw as he comes off the field.
Personal foul, 57 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Check that. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. 1st down.
Yeah, the helmet came off and then went flying about another 10 feet in the air. Not really sure what happened during that play, but official was right on top of it. And those were the kind of penalties that hurt Georgia Southern last week. 8 penalties for 90 yards against App State, 2 today.
1st down, goal to go from the 4. McGee going to keep it, coming left side. McKee hit at the 1, trying to get into the end zone. They say he got there, and the Bison are on the board. Make it 21-6 with 1:10 to go here in the 1st quarter. And a ton of scoring by both teams here in the 1st quarter of action. And Greg McKee, the sophomore quarterback, did not get the start. Don't know the decision that time by the coaching staff, but he looked pretty good on that drive.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't get the start. He must have made somebody mad, but I'm sure the Bison faithful are glad he's back in the ball game watching that drive, as our defensive backs have been exploited a little bit.
Parker Munoz, the junior out of San Diego, California, on for the point after. Nearly blocked, and we got whistles and a flag at the 4-yard line far side. We'll see if somebody jumped early. Wait and see.
Javon Minchin coming.
Prior to the play, false start on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Still point for try.
Javon Minchin almost blocked that kick. He came through there pretty quick.
So they wipe the point after off. They'll try it again after the infraction. They'll put the ball down to snap it away from the 10-yard line. So a 25-yard point after attempt here for Munoz with 1:10 to go in the 1st quarter. 21-6 our score. Bison trying to add 1 more here.
Stand starting to fill up more and more. Late arriving crowd hanging out in the parking lot. Homecoming festivities.
Here's the snap, set, kick is on its way. Not a beautiful kick, but it's through to make it 21-7 with 1:10 to go here in the 1st quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll return in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Thank you, Russ. 21-7 our score, as Russ mentioned to you. 1:10 to go as the Bison will put it up on the tee. Parker Munoz will kick it away at the 35-yard line. J.J. Wilcox back deep in the end zone for the Eagles as Munoz kicks this one high and very short. It will be an up back as Bryant gives it a look, but it's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. The Eagles will be able to take possession on the penalty. So Munoz trying to keep it away from Wilcox. Did a good job. Unfortunately, put it over near the chain crew. That will be a penalty against the Bison.
The Domino's Pizza Drive Delivery, presented by Domino's Pizza, proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics in Statesboro. Call them at 912-681-4326 or go to
On the kicking team, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down, Georgia Southern.
He just interrupted a very good Domino's spot. If you're looking for a very good Domino's, go to Domino's.com for a great location near you. Howard's drive there, picking apart the Georgia Southern defensive backfield. 9 plays, 80 yards. Howard scores, put some points on the board, 21-7.
Like picking anchovies off of.
You know I love my anchovies.
First down, 10 at the 35-yard line for the Eagles, who come out on offense after the kick infraction. And McKinnon will be in the split gun. He's got Swope and Robinson, the give and the keep by McKinnon. He's up the middle of the field. He's got daylight, lowers the shoulder at the 40-yard line of the Bison. Ball came out, but I believe the ground caused it, and it cannot be a fumble. They'll mark him at the Bison 39-yard line, and this defense for Bison just getting ripped up the middle. On the inside running plays for Georgia Southern, no need to try the perimeter, Terry. They've not been able to stop anything between the tackles.
Georgia Southern entered the game with just 6 touchdown drives of 2 plays or less. 2 of the first 3 drives, touchdowns, were 2 plays or less. Not a bad start for the Eagles.
Under a minute to play first quarter. First down and 10 at the Howard 39-yard line. This time the give is to Swope. He'll get inside the 35 down to the Bison 34-yard line before Damon Gresham-Chisel able to hold on from the defensive end position.
Dominique getting up a little bit gimpy on that left ankle there. Favoring it some as we get the ball inside the 35. Second down and about 5.
Dominique asking for a breather. Take a look at that ankle as William Banks will check in, the junior out of Lithonia, Georgia. 3 touchdowns last week, a career high against Appalachian State. 5'9", 189-pound junior. Split gun formation for McKinnon. Second down and 6 at the 35 of Howard. Here's the snap. The give to Robinson left side. He gets to the 35 and may have been stopped shy of the line of scrimmage. Wow. One of the things, Ryan, when you take a look at this Howard too deep and look at their roster, no surprise, a lot of young men out of the state of Georgia playing for Howard this season. Yeah,
one in particular, LaFell at Chamblee. I had his games on GPTV back in the state title games. Boy, I tell you, that kid is a player. He's another one that you kind of scratch your head and wonder how we got to let him out of the gates of Georgia.
Into the first quarter, 21-7 our score. We'll take a timeout. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. After one period of play, Georgia Southern leads Howard 21-7. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Student living just off campus. Second quarter, third down and 5 at the 34 of the Bison. McKinnon looking to throw. Seam route down the middle, looking for Sumner. It was overthrown down around the 7-yard line. It'll set up 4th down and 5. That time Sumner had separation from the linebacker, but it was overthrown.
Just he had it wide open, and I hated that he didn't get it to Sumner.
Or Robinson, who was also open on the seam route.
Sumner, the senior, out of Pooler, Georgia, local kid, Savannah Christian. 3 receptions on the year. Been big for him. Going forward on 4th down, Georgia Southern on the season. 75% on 4th down, 9 of 12.
Eagles will line up. Showers a wide out to the right. Trey Butler lines up as a wide out to the left side. Eagles will try to keep it on the ground, and they'll not get the first down as they're stopped at the 34-yard line. Jarek McKinnon could not find room. Great pursuit by the Bison defense. It's a turnover on downs as Eric Pittman got to McKinnon to bring him down, and the Bison will come out on the field on offense. So the Eagles, for the first time today, have a drive thwarted, and the Bison take over with 14:47 just underway here in the second quarter.
Longest, most plays in a drive so far this season, or this game, resulting in no points. Didn't get a block on him. He came in untouched. Eric Pittman did.
So the Bison, after coming to life offensively on the last drive under the tutelage of Greg McGee, the quarterback, McGee will come back in, this time under center, one lone back. Tight end set. Little play action. McGee, the left-hander, looking to throw near side, and it's incomplete at the near side hash, looking for David Wilson. McGee put it on the numbers. Wilson didn't watch it through. The junior dropped the football. That's a catch that should have been made. It'll be 2nd down 10 at the 35.
It should have been made, and again, he was open in that situation. You're Deion Stanley playing the receiver versus going after the ball there. Boyd Sasser coming in, making the hit.
2nd down 10 at the 35. McGee will set up in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers wide side of the field, which is the near side. And McGee going to pull, go around the left edge, and the big 6'3", 200-pounder runs out of bounds. A.J. McCray forces him out wide, but not before he picks up good yardage on 2nd down. Makes 3rd down a little more manageable here for the Bison offense.
Good-looking quarterback. Takes around the end. We came in with an outside linebacker blitz on that play, just not able to run him down from the backside. 3rd down on the day. They're 3 of 6. The Bison are on 3rd down as they look back to the sideline to audible.
3rd down 5 at the 40. Baldon Cooper, the cornerback, near side. A.J. McCray to the far side. Sasser and Wilcox, your safety. 3 linebackers set as McGee takes the shotgun snap. Steps in the pocket. It collapses. Now he'll run. Nowhere to go. Gets to the 40. Planted down there by the Eagles. Justice Ajike. And that will set up 4th down and about 5. And that will bring on once again John Fleck, the freshman punter, who will punt for the 3rd time this afternoon.
As we talked about the opening series on this offense for Howard, very big across the line of scrimmage. 6'4", 320, 6'4", 330, 6'4", 310. Right now, we're not going to oversize them, but our speed is getting the best of this Howard offensive line.
Robinson back deep at the 23-yard line for the Eagles. Fleck will punt this away from about the 30. Kick is up.
Beautiful.
This time a nice punt. Robinson backpedaling, takes a nice Howard bounce at the 19 and gets out of bounds. They're going to say it sailed out of bounds at the 6. And a nice punt by Fleck will put the Eagles back with 13:25 to go here in the 2nd quarter, leading 21-7.
Unofficially a 53-yard punt by Howard. Into a little bit of a breeze, but kicking it to the left. Beautiful punt.
Timeout on the field. 21-7, Georgia Southern with the lead. We'll return to Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
William Banks on the carry. Straight ahead. He's tackled by Tommy Boozer.
Paulson Stadium anticipated an internet timeout. Somehow they could not get that together. We apologize. We missed the 1st down play for the Eagles. William Banks picked up 5 yards from the 6 to the 11-yard line. It's 2nd down 5 now as the Eagles on offense. Give it to Banks again. He'll back his way into the 15-yard line. Shy of the 1st down by a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Just the way the Eagles want it here in 3rd down situations. 12:40 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Eagles up 21-7 over the Howard Bison. Eagles making quick work of the defense for Howard early on in this 1st quarter of action. 3 drives, 3 scores. Howard able to answer back on a drive of their own. And last time the Eagles went for it on 4th down, came up empty. So the 5th drive of the afternoon, 3rd down and 1. The give to Banks. Bounces off one tackler, got the 1st down, and then some up across the 20, out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Franklin 1st down for the Georgia Southern Eagles. Eventually Jacob Bennett, the redshirt freshman out of Richmond, Virginia, able to get Banks out of bounds. He was hit at the line, Terry. Looked like the play had been blown up, but credit Banks keeping the legs churning, able to get outside near side to pick up the Franklin 1st down.
No, he did exactly. I mean, you don't bring him down with one hit, and he just kept getting hit and kept bouncing. The legs kept going. He couldn't take it to the sideline. Picked up a big 1st down. The junior out of Lithonia, Georgia, Augusta Christian.
See his father in practice several days during the week. Very proud of both William and Lee, the former Eagle, and now on 1st down and 10 at the 22. Tabrian Risby comes in to stop Jarek McKinnon behind the line, a loss of a half yard. It'll be 2nd down, a short 11 here.
Yeah, Cedar Shoals kid came right in from middle linebacker, untouched. Bryant tried to get him on the block as he came in on the blitz. Jarek McKinnon had no choice.
Ball placed between the 21 and 22-yard line. So 10.5 here on second down. The Eagles need to get to the 32-yard line of their very own. Split formation out of the gun. McKinnon, option pitch to Robinson. Howard's there to get him. Now he'll backpedal. He goes back to the 8. Now he falls down at the 5. Oh my. So many times we've seen Darian Robinson switch sides of the field. That time too far deep. Howard, with plenty of team speed, Ryan, brings him down. A huge costly mistake there. Sets up the Eagles now on a long third down play.
Yeah, they're pretty quick sideline to sideline, and you got to think the more snaps that they see against this offense, the more comfortable. Obviously the first 3 drives, they didn't look very comfortable, especially guarding that perimeter outside. But you got to think that with repetition, the teams in these conferences that don't see a lot of option, or this style of option, will get more and more comfortable with where they're supposed to be in footwork and such.
Third down 17. The ball at the Eagle 5. McKinnon, quarterback draw. McKinnon up the middle, up to the 10, gets to about the 12, maybe the 13, and that's all she wrote. It'll be fourth down and a cab ride here as Resby again on the tackle, and Luke Cherry will come on to punt it away. So for the second straight drive, the Eagles come up short on fourth down. Last time, they'll have to punt it away from right inside their own end zone here with 10:03 to go. Clock moving second quarter. Brandon Flanagan back deep to receive for the Howard Bison. And again, as Terry mentioned, a very late arriving crowd. Now the far side stands almost full. Cherry 2 yards deep. Howard comes after it. They get a hit on Cherry, no flag, and a nice punt fielded at the 41-yard line. Fans thought that Cherry was bumped. Cherry now is going to talk to Ted Pitts and ask what happened. Ted Pitts says, not enough, good acting job, and I didn't buy it. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 42.
45 officially on the pump. If he doesn't buy it, I don't care if he ran into him, it's a penalty, and you throw the flag.
So a timeout on the floor. This time it appears the internet timeout will stand. We'll take one with them. 9:42 to play, 21-7. Georgia Southern leads over Howard. Bison have the football when we return. This is Georgia Southern football. If you're tired of the fuel fill up blues, try the Flash Foods Go Blue card and get out of the blues and into saving green. Sign up for the Go Blue card, save 10 cents on every gallon of fuel instantly. Go Blue is safe, secure, and convenient. Enroll now at flashfoods.com and start saving. With the Go Blue card, earn 2% flash cash, 10 cents a gallon, instant fuel savings, and more. Visit flashfoods.com and sign up for your Go Blue card today. 21-7 our score, 9:42 to go here in the first half. First down 10 at the 42 for the Howard Bison offense, and Terry Ryan had a good point. Howard's starting to figure this option out a little bit. They had no clue in the 3 drives for the Eagles that took just 7 plays to get 21 points. But since then, done a much better job between the tackles and out on the corner.
And in getting penetration, which is exactly what they're doing. You're seeing the more linebacker blitz getting in the backfield as well, and we're not getting the blocks. Carlos Cave checks into the ball game for the outside linebacker role.
First down 10 at the 42. McGee under center. Offset I formation, motions a receiver. Right to left, here's the snap. Play action. McGee in the pocket, lets it fly, looking for the wide out receiver near side. He was looking for Matthew Colvin, the receiver in motion. It was deflected away by Nick Wright on the near sideline. Incomplete, sets up second down 10.
Nick Wright getting first playing time on the day. Played a little bit last week as a sophomore out of Lithonia, Georgia. Went to MLK Junior High School. Played some last week, like we mentioned. He's playing corner. Good looking pass.
Second down 10 at the 42. No doubt about it. McGee a gunslinger to say the least. Here's the handoff coming near side. LaFall gets up to about the 48-yard line. Pickup of 6. It'll be third down and 4 as Kyle Olbeck over to make the tackle for the Eagles. As I mentioned, Bison come in 6-3 overall. Had a good showing against Rutgers early in the season. It was a 26-0 score. The Bison played them very well. 3 receivers bunched to the left side on third down, a short 4. McGee out of a shotgun. Long snap count. Now McGee will rise up, look to the far sideline. 8:59, clock moving, second quarter. 21-7 our score. The Bison need to get to the 48-yard line of the Eagles. Here's the third down, 3 snap, quick screen, and catch is made. Nice catch. Clayton Gidron down to the 40-yard line, picks up a first down for the Howard Bison. And again, McGee coming in. All the difference in the world, Ryan. Liggins Jr. got the start, but McGee has this team playing so much better.
Yeah, and he looks like it's a bit better. bit better passer, as you were talking about, and I think Georgia Southern, in the back of their mind, not only the coaching staff calling the sets, but the personnel on the field, they have to keep that in mind. It gives you an extra step when you take off.
First down 10 now at the Eagle 39-yard line. Offset I formation under center is McGee. Play action, and it's a quarterback going to try to bootleg it near side. Gets out of bounds near side at the 35-yard line. Design bootleg, and McGee picking up good yardage on first down. Sets up second down and 6.
A good play, and he had a dragging tight end as well. Anton Williams doing a good job of hanging with him.
Bison ready to move. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. And this time McGee back in the gun. 1 back on a wing to his left, 1 back deep in the hole. 8:09, clock moving. Here's the shotgun snap. Quick fire into the flat far side. Catch going to be made. Jonathan Booker got to the first down sticks. He was drugged back, but they'll say he made it to the 29, and it's enough for another Howard Bison first down.
Again, we're giving these receivers a lot of cushion, Ryan, on the corner.
Yeah, and I think some of that has to do with the bootleg and the waggle that we've seen out of that quarterback. You don't quite want to take tight, and then all of a sudden you're down the sidelines. You want to get a good bit of reaction time, get that extra step.
They say he's just a half-yard shy of the first down between the 30 and 29-yard line. 4 of 8 on third down today, and the give will be to Aquanius Freeman, left tackle. He'll get the first down inside the 30. Down to the 27-yard line of the Eagles with 7:23 to go. Clock stops momentarily as they move the chains. In a 21-7 game, it was all Georgia Southern in the first 9 minutes of this game. Howard has kind of turned the tide just a little bit. Has a lot to do with Greg McGee, the sophomore quarterback out of Pittsburgh. He'll line up 2 receivers to the left, short side of the field. He'll switch the tight end to the near side, and Justin Boyd. They've got 1 receiver near side. He'll motion just off the line. Play action again. McGee sprint out left, throws a screen, and in the hands and incomplete to Terrence LaFall. Again, a high pass on the screen. Second time today, Harvo, they've had the screen open. The pass has just not been there. LaFall having to go up on a ladder to have a chance to bring it down.
And the second time in a row, Antoine Williams was right there, having a chance to pick off, but going towards the receiver to knock him one more time instead of going for the loose ball.
Sets up second down 10. The ball placed at the Eagle 27-yard line. 7 minutes to go, first half. 21-7, Georgia Southern with the lead. This time 3 offensive backs with McGee. Here's the snap. McGee options near side. Here's the pitch coming out to the near side and blown up at the 25-yard line on the ball carry that time. Number 5, Jaron Brown. Brown with his first play of the game. Monte Martin got to him and brought him down at the 25-yard line after a pickup of 2.5.
Javante Martin getting some playing time.
3 receivers left, 1 to the near side. Third down and 8 at the 25. McGee waiting to relay the call in. Now they'll set up the back. LaFall moving from the right to the left side. McGee will shout instructions to the line. Eagles trying to adjust defensively. Third down and 8. McGee going to keep it. McGee with running room inside the 20. Spins his way down near the 17-yard line. Deon DeBose got the tackle. He'll be shy of the first down, but not by much. It'll be third, or rather fourth and short here. And decision time for Howard. Looks like they'll send in bigger personnel here to go for the 4th down conversion.
Why not? This is the 10th play of this drive that started on the 42. Behind 330 pounds and 320, you ought to be able to pick up a yard.
Howard 0 for 1 on 4th downs today. We'll try it again here. 4th down and a yard at the Eagle 18-yard line. McGee under center, offset I formation. Setting up option. The Eagles blow it up at the 20-yard line. Deon DeBose and Justice Ajike bring him down. And the Eagles turn the tide. They'll take over on downs at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, I don't understand that play call. They've done a pretty good job of play calls all day long. But that one right there, that just blew. You got a 275-pound center, a guy next to him at 330, another one 320, and you can't pick up a yard behind 2 big old buffet crashers like that. I don't get that. But I'm glad they did. Good call, Howard.
5:24 to go, first half. Eagles take over, leading 21-7 over the Howard Bison. the Eagles offense after missing on a 4th down conversion, having to punt last time out. They'll huddle up near side as we're in an internet timeout here. Want to remind you, Georgia Southern first downs presented by Franklin Toyota Scion. Come see what it's like to be a part of the Franklin Toyota family, where you always get great deals, friendly hometown service. You can visit them on the bypass or at franklintoyota.com. Franklin Toyota providing the vehicle yesterday for the Georgia Southern senior football players during the homecoming parade at Sweetheart Circle.
Yeah, it was good to see everybody tailgating down there. Mel McBride's dad here, by the way, celebrating 50-year Georgia Southern alumnus. How about that? McGee, what a job this guy's done for Howard. Comes into the ball game not getting a start. 7 of 11 passing, 85 yards, averaging 12 yards per pass. He's also picked up 24 yards on the ground. McGee has good-looking core of receivers as well. And again, like Ryan mentioned and Chris, this kid's come on the field and add a little spark to this offense.
You know, Ryan, one of the things that stands out about McGee, looks just so much more confident out there. Even when pressure is coming, he seems to just have that even flow, and I think that's kind of spread on his teammates out there on the field.
Yeah, he's quick and he's not a lot of hesitation. That's the one thing I noticed, the difference in him and his predecessor. Not a whole lot of hesitation. And Terry, you were talking about the buffer. The cornerbacks almost have to account for that because of all that play action pass. Now, you can't play all that tight and try to run with the receiver and turn your back. You almost have to give him a step and a half before you turn to account for that first step and a half of the quarterback.
Back to action here. First down, 10 at the 20-yard line. Eagles on the attack. The give to Bryant near side. Bryant breaks the tackle at the 30. Near sideline, 45-50. Staying on the sideline to the 30. Forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Franklin first down for the Georgia Southern Eagles. Julian David finally tracks down Bryant, but not before a big gainer to change field position in a hurry. With 5:13 to go here in the second quarter, the Eagles knocking on the door now at the 24-yard line of the Howard Bison.
56-yard gallop by Bryant around down the sideline. Doing a very good job showing his speed.
Eagles break the huddle quickly. Barker out wide to the right side. Mitch Williford, the wide out to the near side. First down, 10 at the 24-yard line of Howard. McKinnon under center. He's got William Banks, Darion Robinson, Jonathan Bryant in the flex bone. The give to Banks up the middle. Banks gets through the line. Banks carries a couple of Bison down to the 16-yard line. Nice pickup on first down. Sets up second down and short here for the Eagles.
Good week.
Second down and 2.
Sorry about that, Chris. Good week by William Banks against Appalachian State with 3 touchdowns. Career high for him. You wonder to know where Swope is. He got a little gimpy coming up a couple series back and hasn't been back in the game. He's on the sideline. Get update from Ryan a little bit.
Third down, a short 2. Inside the Case IH red zone, rather second down and a short 2. McKinnon right side 10. Breaks away from a tuckler at the 5. Corner of the end zone. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Contrella Showers gave him the block he needed at the 5 to break around the right side. And Jarek McKinnon in for the score. His 9th rushing touchdown of the season. Check that, his 10th on the year. And the Eagles break the stalemate after going 2 drives without a score. They answer with a 27-7 lead. Alex Hanks on for one more. Eagles checking for the swinging gate. They'll line up now middle of the field, waiting on the snap. Russell DeMasi out of Savannah to hold. Here's the kick. Another line drive kick. This time it's through. Make it 28-7 with 4:17 to play. So the Eagles get back on track offensively. Spurred by a huge 56-yard gallop by Jonathan Bryant. Sets up Jarek McKinnon for the score, his 10th of the season. And it's 28-7. Georgia Southern with a lead. 4:17 to go here in the first half. We'll return in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Second station identification. Booth here at Paulson Stadium. 28-7 our score. Georgia Southern leads over the Howard Bison for homecoming 2012. 4:17 to go here in the second quarter. And Terry, we mentioned Howard starting to get an idea how to stop this offense there on the last 2 drives. However, they started to really focus between the tackles. Jonathan Bryant gets him out on the corner to set up Jerick McKinnon for yet another score.
Yeah, our offensive coordinator Brent Davis sensing that, doing a quick pitch to Bryant, takes it 56 yards. Then McKinnon adds another 16 yards and a touchdown as Luke Cherry kicks off a low line drive.
DeAndre Price, the ball carrier, returns the kick up across the 25, gets to about the 31-yard line. And Howard's had success today. Their kickoff returns, they really have started around the 30-yard line virtually all afternoon.
Going back to that drive and the score, 3 plays, 80 yards. McKinnon's 16-yard touchdown puts the Eagles up 28-7, and with that 16 yards, quarterback Jerick McKinnon has gone over 1,000 yards on the season. First running back to do that, or Georgia Southern Eagle to do that, in 3 years during the regular season. Brought to you by Domino's.
First down, 10 at the 31. Quick screen, far side. It's going to be Jonathan Booker, and he'll book his way up across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. As Greg McGee hit him on the quick hitter. Far sideline. Howard now with 4:02 to work with here in the second quarter. Quick screen, picking up about 4 yards. It'll set up second down 6 right at the 35-yard line. McGee lining up 2 receivers near side, 1 to the left. Quick snap. McGee going to keep out on the left edge, and McGee will stumble his way up across the 40 to about the 41-yard line before John Stevenson and Boyd Sasser get him down, but it's enough for a first down for Howard.
Kyle Allback doing the initial little trip on him, just got his foot. As we come back to our 4-3 defense, Williams checking back into the ball game.
Howard ready to move. First down and 10 at their own 42-yard line. McGee trots out to the left, fires in the flat near side. Matthew Colvin's got it, and out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Pick up a 5. It'll be second down and 5 for the Howard Bison. And just hard to believe we've said it. I know we're beating a dead horse here, but boy, McGee has really looked a whole lot different, and this entire offense has looked different. Though he did not get the start, Randy Liggins Jr. got the start after 2 possessions. McGee comes in, starting to get things done. Here's the handoff near side. LaFall gets to the 35, or rather 45-yard line. He's got a first down before Boyd Sasser meets him there. But it's a first down for the Howard Bison with 3:06 to go here in the second quarter.
They haven't had a running attack today, but the success that they have had throwing the ball opened up that running game right there for him. Matthew Colvin on the previous play, the freshman out of Jacksonville, just ran to the sidelines and turned around and took the pass.
Quick first down play. Here's McGee throwing in the flat and double coverage, and this time it's incomplete at the 33-yard line. He was looking for Brandon Flanagan that time. J.J. Wilcox and Deion Stanley both there in coverage. A dangerous pass for McGee, but the fearless gunslinger lets it fly.
J.J. trying to cut inside the receiver to make a play on the ball. Pass just a little too high.
Personnel subbing in here for the Bison. They'll have 3 receivers left, 1 to the right side, working from the near side hash, attacking left to right. Second down 10 at the Eagle 45-yard line. They trail Georgia Southern 28-7. Late here in the second quarter of action as McGee lines up, one back on a wing to his right side. And Freeman. He's got Colvin as the wideout near side looking. Colvin, no, check that. This time it's going to be Gidron. Gidron, receiver near side, hauls in the quick catch, gets to the 40-yard line. Pick up of 5 yards. It'll be third down and 5 here for the Bison. No huddle, they'll line up. Bunch 3 receivers left, 1 to the near side. Eagles trying to get set defensively here. McGee gives him a little breather as he looks to the far sideline. Trying to relay the play. Now the Eagles will line up on a 4-4 front. 8-man front. Here's the pass again. It's going to be to Gidron. And Gidron's inside the 35 to the 30 near side. Picks up yet another first down for the Howard Bison in the passing game, tearing the Eagles apart.
It's pitch and catch. I mean, he's going to the sideline and turning his number to the quarterback. We got a 6-yard. Right now we're giving him a 7-yard cushion, 6-yard cushion on corner.
Here's the snap. McGee decides to give. It'll be Freeman. This time nothing doing. As he got to about the 28, that's it. Dion DeBose got to him first. Team of Eagles help out. Nick Wright will check back into the game. Sophomore out of Lithonia, Georgia.
I wouldn't be surprised they keep going to that sideline pass and then one time do a wheel out of it. as we get sucked in, hit him down the sideline.
1:45 clock moving here, second quarter, second down 9 with the ball at the 28-yard line of the Eagles. Offset I formation. McGee under center now, the tight end in motion right to left. Play action. McGee fires again. Receiver caught at the 20-yard line, breaks a tackle, and there to pick him up and drop him down at the 18 is Stuart Hartman.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What a horrible spot.
Tell you one thing, I've been impressed with the shape that the Bison are in. I tell you, to run that fast pace, especially when you're playing a team that's been a quick strike on the ground, you got to get up and down the field as quick. You don't see a lot of hands on the
First down 10 at the 18-yard line inside the red zone for the second time this afternoon on the Bison. Last time they were there, they got a touchdown. Play action. McGee on first down throws in the flat. Catch going to be made. LaFall's got it at the 10, drug out of bounds near side at the 7-yard line. Eagles again giving plenty of cushion. You know, when you check the line of scrimmage, that time Wilcox and Stevenson in on the tackle. As Terry mentioned, they're giving 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. Everything coming in front of the Eagles defenders. And now looking at second down, or rather first down goal to go at the 9.
They're going to check the spot there, I think is what they just said. They're going to come out and get a measurement there. Again, just sprint out, drag your little running back out of the backfield there and pop him. But I was complaining about in the previous spot, they gave him where he caught the ball, but the receiver tried to make something happen like Robinson did, ran backwards about 4 yards and was tackled. But they gave him the spot as far as where he caught it. That's what I was talking about, the spot. And the Bison do pick up the first down. This is the 10th play of a drive for the Bison that started on their own 31-yard line with $1:11 left to go until halftime. Howard looking to put some points on the board. Really is just picking apart this Georgia Southern defense that has not seen Westbrooks back out there, by the way, at corner for the game, and he is dressed out.
Again, the quick hitters, the Georgia Southern cornerbacks, giving 7 yards at the line of scrimmage. They have not adjusted that at to this point.
One quick update. Dominique Swope is being evaluated. It's being said, it's called a quad contusion. He'll be evaluated at the half. He is with the offense, but without the helmet in hand. So they're going to evaluate the half. So he's questionable for the second half.
The Optum Orthopedic Eagle Injury Update presented by Optum Orthopedic, the official orthopedic care provider to the Georgia Southern Eagles. So after they give them the first down on the set of the chains, it's first down goal to go now at the Eagles 7-yard line. Snap to McGee. McGee's keeping right tackle, and McGee goes into the end zone. It is 28-13 with 1:06 to play here in the first half, and you better believe Coach Jeff Monken not happy at all on this near sideline.
No, and nor should he be, because that's missed tackles. I wouldn't say nothing about not being in position or maybe bad play, defensive scheme. That's just missed tackling right now.
So on once again, Parker Munoz. He hit a 25-yard point after attempt after an infraction last time. He'll get a chance here to put it up from 20 yards out. Here's the snap, set, kick is up, and the kick is no good. Missed it left, so the score remains 28-13 with 1:06 to play here in the second quarter of action. And the Eagle offense try to answer this score. They'll have one more drive upcoming here. Georgia Southern football powered by Georgia Power, official power supplier to Eagle fans everywhere. For energy saving tips, log on to georgiapower.com. Georgia Power, a Southern company. Want to remind you, basketball season just underway for Georgia Southern. Eagles took it on the chin last night at Valparaiso. Be back in action this coming Tuesday night, taking on UNC Charlotte up in the Queen City. We'll have it all for you beginning at 6:30 with the airtime, 7 o'clock first tip. Georgia Southern, or rather 9 o'clock. That's right, it's been moved to a TV game on NBC Sports. So it'll be a 9 o'clock tip-off, 8:30 airtime. Frank Curtin and I will be on hand. Bring you the action, Georgia Southern and Charlotte in college basketball.
The Domino's Pizza Drive Delivery presented by Domino's Pizza, proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics. Statesboro, call 681-4326 or go to Domino's.com to find a location near you. 11 plays, 69 yards, combination of good passing, good routes, a couple decent runs, and a whole lot of missed tackles. Chips the score at 28-13 for Howard. 1:06 left to go until half. And J.J. Wilcox standing about 2 yards deep in his end zone to return a kick.
Here on the near sideline, taking a look, the training crew are to Kyle Olbeck, taking a look at his right arm. Here's the kick. Short kick fielded at the 7 by Wilcox, middle of the field. He'll break it out near side. Wilcox with room, 30, 35, cuts across the middle of the field. Still going strong, trying to stretch it across midfield, far sideline, and eventually ran out of bounds at the Howard 38, maybe the 37-yard line. Great return for J.J. Wilcox, who on the season averaging about 27 yards per kickoff. He'll pad that average there, sets up the Eagles nicely here with 53 seconds to go in the second quarter.
About a 55-yard kickoff return for J.J. Wilcox, taking it from one side all the way to the other before he's driven out of bounds. And how many times have we seen J.J. Wilcox do that to set that up for this Eagle offense?
As I mentioned early in the year, it seems he really misses running the football on offense after being moved to safety. Makes the most of it when he gets a chance on kickoff returns. First down and 10 at the Bison 37-yard line are the Eagles. Flexbone formation, Banks your B-back, Robinson in motion. Left to right, McKinnon looking to throw. Far side, one-on-one coverage, looking for Walker. This time overthrown, right corner of the end zone. Sets up second down 10 at the 37. Olatunjo with the coverage down the sideline.
When you got a receiver, Ryan, like Zach, even though he was covered, McKinnon had to think about the past 3 weeks and thinking, if I just throw it up, there's a good chance the kid's going to bring it down.
Second down 10 at the 37-yard line. Eagles break from the huddle here with 47.5 seconds to play in the second quarter, leading 28-13. Coming up, the Southern halftime report presented by the Georgia Lottery. McKinnon will take out, option near side. He'll keep. He'll tuck the ball. Now late pitch, and it's out of bounds. Luckily for the Eagles, McKinnon had the first down and then pitched it out. Let's see where they mark the pitch out of bounds. It'll be shy of the first down sticks, and Monken the first one over to ask McKinnon, what were you thinking?
Well, Bryant was there, just got too close into the sideline, and they didn't have the separation, and McKinnon thought he was still there. Monken just putting his arm around him and saying, not a good move, son.
That time I think Bryant had already went into blocking mode after McKinnon tucked the football. And again, as you said, the spacing not there. The Eagles, though, picking up big yardage on the play. It'll be third down and a yard. In the flex bone near side hash, McKinnon will keep it. He'll make it down to the 25-yard line. Picks up the Franklin first down for the Georgia Southern Eagles, which will stop the clock with 36 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And again, Coach Monken going out of the field to call timeout in front of the official, as he was talking to the team, not happy about something.
So a timeout on the field with 36 seconds remaining. Eagles leading 28-13.
Let's take a look at the stats, Chris, before we go into halftime here. Georgia Southern on the day, 333 yards. Check that, it just got updated, 336, all the yardage on the ground. Howard Bison, 240 yards of offense, 88 on the ground, 152 in the air. The Bison are 6 of 11 on third down conversions. The Eagles 2 of 4. The Bison 0 for 2 on fourth down. The Eagles are 0 for 1. In the red zone, Howard 2 of 3. The Eagles 1 for 1, and we've got 1 sack for 7 yards. And both teams have 2 penalties. Howard has 10. We have for 8 yards.
36 seconds remaining. Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Howard has all 3. Near side hash where they'll place the ball down at the 25-yard line. Eagles up 28-13 over the Howard Bison, led 21-0. Coming out of the gate on fire. They'll send 2 receivers right. Split gun formation. McKinnon has Robinson and Banks. Little play action. McKinnon sprint out far side. Lets the ball air for Walker. Did he hold on? Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown. Georgia Southern, back right corner of the end zone. Yet another highlight play for the 4th week in a row for the sophomore receiver, Zach Walker.
I said on the previous play, when he threw it to Zach, he just knows that if he just throws it in the air, his odds are that Zach's going to bring it down. This time he did it again. Good coverage by Howard, but Superman Zach Walker just goes up there with those big old paws of his and brings it down. The kid likes seeing himself on ESPN highlights, I think.
So the Eagles extend the lead 34-13. Zach Walker hauls in the catch. third touchdown of the season, or rather second touchdown of the season, as the point after is up and good to make it 35-13 with 28 seconds remaining here in the first half. And what a play by Zach Walker. Has to help the quarterbacks, as we've talked about, the confidence knowing Georgia Southern does not throw often. When they do, if you're throwing number 9's way, chances are he'll make the play for you. All you have to do is get it up in the air.
Yeah, that offense right there set up by a great kickoff return by J.J. Wilcox of about 56 yards. And then you got McKinnon that comes out and does his magic. And lo and behold, 4 plays later, the Eagles are in the end zone thanks to a beautiful pass, 25-yard pass to Zach Walker, who's had 3 catches over 40 yards, 1 for over 30, another one for now over 25 that leads to a touchdown. I saw his high school coach here today and his family, Don Norton, out of Johnson County. And I know that whole area and that school is extremely proud of this kid, Zach Walker. And I know Eagle Nation is really starting to get to know Zach Walker after these 4 weeks. I mean, the kid's averaging, keep this in mind now, prior to that catch, he was averaging 38 yards per catch. Now that was, you know, a little below his average, just 25 yards. So it's going to drop him a little bit, but still, too bad.
Luke Cherry will tee it up at the 35 with 28 seconds remaining here before we go into halftime. Ryan Chambers will have a word with Coach Jeff Monken, and we'll get you to the Southern Halftime Report presented by the Georgia Lottery. Russ Brown will step in, give you first half stats, highlights of the first half, scores from around the country, and we'll check in with Wendell Tompkins, the Director of Alumni Relations here at Georgia Southern. Cherry line drives this one over the head of Price and out of bounds. It'll be a touchback, and Howard will start at their own 25-yard line with 28 seconds to play.
Luke, that wasn't so hard, was it? Drive it in the end zone that way. Low line driver. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see an onside kick there. I think last week Coach Monken was looking for the opportunity to do so. He likes pulling that out of his bag every now and then.
So the Bison come onto the field. Looks like they'll set up to call it a half here as they set up in protection for him.
Don't understand that either. These good receivers they have with that quarterback.
With 3 timeouts too.
And that's indeed what McGee will do. He'll take the snap, take the knee, and Howard's ready to go to the locker room, trailing 35-13 to the Georgia Southern Eagles. So 1 half of play is in the books here at Homecoming 2012. A lot of good things for Georgia Southern. A few miscues to say the least, but they lead at the break 35-13. Go down on the field. Ryan Chambers will have a word with Eagle head coach Jeff Monken. His thoughts on the first half. Ryan?
Coach, another score, 3 possessions. Staff.
I'm not very we're playing. We're not, we let them take 2 drives, just drive it right down the field. We're not denying the pass. We're not sustaining drives. All we're doing is hitting big plays. That's not the way we need to play. We need to pound it and just do a better job all the way around. I hope we will in the second half.
Appreciate it, Coach, guys.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Coach. We're at halftime here, Homecoming 2012, and the Eagles lead 35-13. Up next, the Southern Halftime Report, presented by the Georgia Lottery. Terry and I will rejoin you for the start of the second half in just a few. Again, your halftime score, Georgia Southern 35, Howard 13. This is Georgia Southern football.
John Fleck getting it off for Howard. J.J. Wilcox is deep to receive for Georgia Southern.
Kicking left to right, and the second half is now underway. High kick, but short. Wilcox will come up, fielded on the run at the 10. Near side, comes up the center of the field and hit hard there as he crosses the 25. Made it to just shy of the 30-yard line. That's where the Eagles take over. First down and 10 at their own 30-yard line, just underway here in the third quarter of the action. And the Eagles up 35-13 over the Howard Bison.
I see Willie Banks back out on the field. We'll check and see if there is a determination on Swopes. Again, they were going to check him at the half or recheck him for that quad bruise or contusion as they call him, but we'll see about that. But Banks will start here in the second half.
Jarek McKinnon, starting quarterback, will be out there under center. William Banks, as Ryan mentions, will be in the B-back position. You have Jonathan Bryant, Darion Robinson in this flexbone formation. Mitch Williford out wide to the right side. Patrick Barker out to the near side. And McKinnon trying to set up option, ran into his own offensive lineman, Zach Lonis, and is dropped behind the line. A loss of 2 yards. He'll set him back at the 28.
Zach will get a tackle credit there. Sophomore out of Ackworth. Crowd kind of still staying here. Homecoming festivities underway all weekend long. Good to see a lot of my former Eagle players here for the weekend.
Second down 12. They'll mark it at the Eagle 28-yard line. McKinnon option. Here's the pitch coming to Bryant. Bryant breaks a tackle at the 30 and gets positive yards just shy of the 40-yard line. They'll mark him at the 39. He'll be a yard shy of the first down, which will set up 3rd and 1. Anthony Whitlow able to come over and make the stop, the outside linebacker.
Good blocking on the perimeter by Darion Robinson. Might have got away with a little bit of a hold there, but since he didn't throw the flag, I'll say it was a great block.
3rd down and a yard at the 39-yard line, near side hash. Showers out wide to the right. Zach Walker, touchdown catch at the end of the second quarter, stands as a wide out to the left side. Flexbone formation.
Eagles 2 of 4 on 3rd down on the day so far.
Trey Butler in along with Robinson. Here's McKinnon, right edge. He's got room on the option across midfield, far sideline to the 40. Lowers the shoulder and carries a Bison down to the 30-yard line. Julian David got the ride as he made the stop, but it's a Franklin first down for the Georgia Southern Eagles. He needed 1 yard. He got a little bit more.
Yeah, Julian, you just felt some of McKinnon's workout plans. I saw Jarek's mother during halftime, by the way. She was excited to hear that Jarek surpassed 1,000 yards.
First down 10, mark it at the 30-yard line. 31-yard pickup for Jerick McKinnon out of the flex bone on first down from the 31. This time William Banks will get the call, or rather McKinnon will keep, and he is a little slow to get up as he's down at the 31.
Again, pulling guard brought down McKinnon as he's gimpy on that left leg there. I really hope we get to see Matt Dobson in a quarterback here shortly.
McKinnon will stay in. Again, a yard loss. It'll be second down 11 at the 31-yard line of the Bison here on the opening drive of the third quarter. Here's the snap. Pitch coming to Butler. Trey Butler running downhill to the 20, 15. Meets a Bison at the 10. Out of bounds around the 6, and a flag is down at the 14-yard line near side.
You know, he looked like it's going to go against Patrick Barker, who I was about to make a note was making a great block on the perimeter and staying with him. Perhaps there was a reason. Oh, no, personal foul called against Howard, so I'm going to give Barker credit. Great block by the kid out of Ponte Vedra, Florida, the senior out of Nice High School. Staying with the block, and then a personal foul.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
That explains why Barker was staying with the block so well. The defender had his face mask. So that is the third penalty all the day called against Howard. Georgia Southern just 2 penalties. Bring up first down and goal. Ball spotted at about the 4-yard line.
First down goal to go at the Bison 3-yard line as McKinnon under center in the flex bone. He's got Butler, Devin Scott, and William Banks. McKinnon's going to keep it. Doesn't get touched till he hits the goal line. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown. Georgia Southern. McKinnon's second touchdown of the afternoon. Makes it 41-13 with 12:07 to go here in the third quarter. It's been a banner day for the junior quarterback out of Marietta, Georgia.
Certainly has. Again, we made earlier mention he's the 20th Eagle to rush for over 1,000 yards in the program's history. He had a long gallop today of 87 yards, which is a career long. Second touchdown on the day for Jerick.
Point after by Alex Hanks on its way, and it's good. So make it 42-13. Opening drive successful for the Eagles here in the third quarter. With 12:07 to play, they lead 42-13 over the Howard Bison on homecoming 2012. We'll take a timeout, return to Paulson Stadium in just a moment. Georgia Southern football proudly presented by Georgia Farm Bureau and your Georgia Farm Bureau agent since 1959, serving the interests and insurance needs of Georgia residents and Georgia residents only. In other words, they're from your street, not Wall Street. 12:07 to play, third quarter, 42-13. Georgia Southern with the lead over the Howard Bison. Terry getting it started the way you would expect here in the third quarter, taking the opening kickoff, driving down the field. Jerick McKinnon puts it in for the score.
Well, the drive is symbolic of Georgia Southern's offense today. Just 5 plays, 70 yards. Jerick McKinnon, 31-yard run, sets up a 2-yard follow-up to put an Eagle 6 on it. The Eagles take a 42-13 lead on the Bison. Again, check that, 6 plays, 70 yards, used up 2 minutes and 45 seconds. The longest offensive drive on the day for Georgia Southern, 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
So the Eagles to kick it off, back to the Bison here, teed up at the 35-yard line. Luke Cherry will do the honors. Had a good one last time out, his last kickoff in the second quarter. This one will be a line drive and sail over the head at the 3. Misjudged by Julian Blair, and it'll be a touchback. That one could have been fielded, Terry, at about the 2-yard line, but Blair came up at the 5 and it sailed right over his head. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Howard Bison.
Yeah, line drive kick there by Luke Cherry. Last time he did that, and he kicked it about 7 yards deep in the end zone. I think he was trying to do that again. No wind out here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium. See if this defense can stop this quarterback, who I got a chance to visit with some of the Howard folks, and they said this is the best Greg McKee has played all season long.
Well, McGee will stand in, first down 10. The ball placed at the 25-yard line of their very own. He'll send 2 receivers left, 1 to the wide side of the field, and the left-hander looking to throw. Again, short stuff in the middle. Catch made at the 29. Jonathan Booker, the freshman out of Winston-Salem, has the catch across the 30, just shy of the 32-yard line. Good pickup on first down, and it looks like McGee and company, Terry, picking up where they left off in the second quarter.
Quick hitters, sideline, or little slants or little hitches, picking up 5 to 7 yards a clip. Better than a rushing game if you don't have that going for you.
7-yard pickup, second down 3. The ball placed at the 33-yard line. Shotgun snap. McGee going to keep. Come around near side. Got around the edge up to the 39-yard line. Dion DeBose gets the tackle, but not before McGee picks up the first down for the Howard Bison.
Just a simple quarterback read, seeing who falls down on the play. He saw a little seam, able to pick up the first down. McGee, he has over 40 yards on the day.
First down 10. Ball placed at the Howard 40-yard line. McGee in the gun now will move personnel. Got 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the near side. Split backs. Waiting on the snap. Long snap count. Here it comes. He'll put it in the belly. Give it off. LaFall near side or the far side across the 40. Gets to the 45-yard line. Patrick Flo in at middle linebacker. Will make the stop, but another 5-yard pickup for the Howard Bison.
Ryan, Patrick Flo in the ball game. You had something during the halftime on Olbeck.
Yeah, Olbeck is questionable in the second half because of elbow. They're going to keep looking at him, but questionable in the second half. And Dominic Swope has been ruled out. Quad contusion ruled out for the rest of this ball game.
Optum Orthopedic Eagle injury update presented by Optum Orthopedics, official orthopedic care provider to the Georgia Southern Eagles. They'll try a little draw, this time a delayed draw. The handoff to Freeman deep in the hole as McGee came near side and then gave it off to the back, and he got to the 40, and that's about it. Maybe they'll give him forward progress of a yard. It'll be third down and 9. Josh Gebhardt was there to cover him up.
Would serve like a counter. They were trying to take advantage of Georgia Southern over pursuing on that quarterback drag. Just trying to almost have a counter draw back up the middle.
6 of 11 on third down. Howard.
Trip receivers near side, 1 to the left. Lined up left side is Jonathan Booker. They've got Matthew Colvin, the wide out to the near side. They'll also stick in there Norfleet and Boyd. McGee out of the gun on 2nd and 9 from the 40. Looking to throw, pocket collapses. Now he'll step out to his left, fire, and catch is made at the Eagle 45 by Jonathan Booker. He's got the first down, and Booker bails out his quarterback. And with 9:42 to go, the Bison stay alive.
Yeah, he did exactly what a good receiver is supposed to do. He went with the flow of the quarterback as it collapsed on him. McGee started rolling out to the left, and Booker stayed with him, going towards the sideline, and McGee threw a bullet right on the money.
This time working under center, one receiver, power set here, double tights. He's got a receiver to the left, one to the right. Play action, McGee looking far side all the way, one-on-one coverage, overthrown and incomplete down around the 5-yard line. Patrick Flo and Boyd Sasser in on coverage as the intended receiver, Justin Boyd, just out of his reach. Good throw though by McGee. The only person who could make a play would be Justin Boyd, the junior out of Webster, New York.
Yeah, Deion Stanley came in on a safety blitz there, not able to get to the quarterback as Javante Martin checks in. Val Cooper comes out.
2nd down 10. Now the cornerbacks playing up on the receivers for the Bison here, something we did not see in the first half. This time McGee going to keep it left side, breaks about 3 tackles and somehow makes his way down to the 31-yard line. It appears from the near side spot he has the first down. Trevor Shaw, the senior out of Alpharetta, eventually able to sling down McGee, but not before he picks up. Let's see. Now they move the chains. Got the signal. It's a first down for the Howard Bison. Snap on 1st down 10. McGee throws. This one, no one there. That time the receiver got tangled up at the 20-yard line. They were looking, I believe, in the flats. And they were looking for David Wilson, the tight end. He got kind of jumbled up in traffic at the 20. The ball sails down around the 15.
Good coverage from Javante Martin. In fact, good coverage across the board that time for Georgia Southern.
This is the 8th play of the drive for Howard. We've seen him with a 10-play drive earlier.
2nd down 10 from the 31. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the left, working from the far side, hash split gun formation. McGee will ride the carry. Now give it off to LaFall, breaks a tackle, left tackle, makes it down to the Eagle 19-yard line. He has a first down as Boyd Sasser eventually made the stop, but LaFall was hit hard at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles couldn't pull him down.
What I said during halftime, when you know they're throwing the ball in quick hits, when your top 3 tacklers, top 4 are defensive backs.
Bison ready to go. 1st down and 10 from the 19. Here's the screen out to the near side. Quick catch by Matthew Colvin out of bounds. Now mark him out of bounds. Looks to be at around the 13-yard line. A pickup of possibly 6. Let's wait on the spot. They'll mark it actually at the 15-yard line. So pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Inside the red zone are the Bison again. McGee ready to go. 2nd down 6. Again, the ride. Now he'll pull. McGee's got it to the 10. He's open at the 5. He'll go in right corner of the end zone for the score to make it 42-19 with 8:38 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
We've been nice to the officials today, but we just got our guy got up in the ear of the official, and Corliss, our linebacker coach, just wanted to go out there and tackle it himself as our defensive tackle was brought down. It was a nice tackle by Terrell Hawkins, offensive lineman, 6'4", 320. Good tackle on the day for him.
Parker Munoz once again on for the point after. 42-19 our score. The Bison not going away quietly here. Nice drive put together. Unfortunately find themselves down big. But here's the snap, a little high. The set is down, kick is up. Missed one earlier today, but this one is good. Make it 42-20 with 8:38 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll return to Allen E. Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network. To go here in the 3rd quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. You're listening to Georgia Southern football on the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Verizon broadcast booth. Remember, Verizon, the official wireless provider to Georgia Southern Athletics. Chris Blair, Terry Harbin, Ryan Chambers, Russ Brown along with you on a beautiful day here in Statesboro. Mid-November. Georgia Southern leading over Howard 42-20, but the Bison, as I mentioned, Terry, before going to break, not going away quietly here. Nice little drive put together by the Howard offense.
Yeah, good-looking team with McGee. As I said, he's having a career day, according to some of their Howard folks there. 11 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes and 26 seconds. Nice combination of passing and running in the flats, rolling out up the middle. Howard hanging 20 on a very good defense of Georgia Southern, 42-20. The Domino's Pizza Drive Delivery, presented by Domino's Pizza, proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics. Call them at 912-681-4326 in Statesboro, or go to Domino's.com to find a location near you.
John Fleck will try his turn at kicking the football off. He'll tee it up at the 35. As Howard kicks this one left to right. Virtually no wind here on this Saturday. Big high steps. Here's the kick. Little onside kick action. Ball right down the center of the field. Flag comes out. And Howard eventually comes up with the football, but I think this one's going to come back as we've got an Eagle slow to get up at the 44-yard line. Ball went right down the middle of the field. A huge collision ensued as Patrick Barker, the Eagle slow to get up training crew, comes out. We'll see what the penalty's all about. Going to guess it didn't go 10 yards before there were contact. We'll wait and see. Howard may have touched it first.
And I think, or they may have been offsides as well, because that flag came from the sideline there rather quickly, and they did. They just called it quickly against Howard, even though we didn't get that. Our man down, their kicker led the kick and then tried to put his back to Georgia Southern to kind of shield the ball so it could go 10 yards.
Offsides on the kicking team. That penalty is declined. The ball will be placed at the spot of illegal touching by the kicking team. First down.
Had a chance to visit with Patrick Barker this week. He's the guest on the Taco Bell Student Athlete Spotlight this week on your television show, Terry. And what a great young man. Certainly not happy to see him down there now. Hopefully he'll pop back up here in just a few moments. But one of those fantastic and special players Georgia Southern has had over the last 4 years, who came in as a receiver out of Ponte Vedra, Florida, and has just taken a liking to the job as wide blocker in this Georgia Southern offense since Coach Monken and crew arrived here in Statesboro 3 years ago.
No doubt about it. Good kid, comes from a very good school at Nice High School. And he has developed into a very good blocker, but he was a very good wide receiver coming in. A lot of speed, good possession guy, not afraid to go across the middle.
Injury timeout on the field. 8:38 to go here in the game. 42-20. Georgia Southern leads over the Howard Bison. We'll take a timeout. We'll return to Paulson Stadium in just a moment. You're listening. Oh, hold it. Hold the phone. They're about to get Patrick up now. Good sign there. Looked like they had the entire training crew in positions over there, but now Patrick walks up, stands up, try to get him balanced, and he will jog off to the near sideline. Great sign there for Patrick, and a nice hand from the crowd.
Jarek McKinnon looks like he's going to come back out and lead this offense, Chris, with the ball spotted to 44-yard line. Jarek on the day is at 191 yards, and according to Brett here, our athletic media relations, he just needs 9 more yards to get 200 yards on the day, and that will be a career high.
So it'll be first down and 10. After the infraction, the onside kick attempt, it's marked at the 44-yard line of the Bison. They're going to show blitz here, trying to get pressure between the tackles. McKinnon slowly rises up from under center. Now they'll change the play at the line. They'll check their wristbands here as they send a receiver near side, and Contrella Showers. They have Williford to the short side, right side. They'll motion Robinson. Quick toss, far side. Robinson got the block from Williford. He's to the 30, bounces off one tackler and carries a couple of defenders down inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. Franklin first down for the Georgia Southern Eagles on the legs of senior Terrion Robinson.
He's going to be missed. Playing his last regular season ball game here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium. I'd like to see Jarek pick up that extra 9 yards and, well, just have about another 27 yards and a touchdown just to kind of round it off.
First down 10 at the Bison 27-yard line. 8:14 clock moving, third quarter, working from the far side hash. One receiver left, one to the right side. Again, they'll motion Robinson. They'll fake that toss. McKinnon looking to throw. Now he'll tuck and run. McKinnon pulled down from behind. Maybe a horse collar. Here it comes. No doubt about it. Flags down. And we've got an Eagle slow to get up. And Man Ray St. Amour, the center, he's down around the 28-yard line. But this one's going to be tacked off against the Howard Bison. McKinnon got inside the 25 to the 24.
Personal foul. Horse collar on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So again, it'll be a first down for the Eagles, half the distance, but more importantly right now, it's good news is McKinnon unfazed by that horse collar, but Man Ray St. Amour still being looked at here by the training crew down around the 26-yard line. The trainers and physicians out there taking a look at him now. And again, Man Ray a big loss here if he's unable to go. He has been the center throughout the season.
McKinnon coming to the sideline to work with Blake Bartola.
Blake D. Bartola.
Thank you. I was thinking about our provost. Sorry about that.
So now he'll work out. They'll have to bring Blake into the game. Blake has played plenty of positions on that offensive front throughout the season.
And center.
And center.
Did a very good job. If I'm not mistaken, he came in and played against Chattanooga. Did
his
a solid
freshman
job.
year, if you remember, up a big game up in Spartanburg at Wofford, his first time he ever took snaps, that was, gosh, what, 09, I guess, 010, 09, I guess, maybe 08.
The good news, Man Ray St. Amour does come off on his own power, albeit hobbling. He'll come to the near side. They'll do some treatment there as the Eagles huddle up. Blake DiBartolo will put his nose over the football. First down and 10. They'll mark it at the 12-yard line of the Bison. McKinnon in the flex bone formation has Banks, Robinson, and Trey Butler. And the give on the pitch is going to be Robinson far side. This time the Bison all over him as he gets to the 10. Bounced out of bounds far side. Pickup of 2. It will be second down and 8 for the Eagle offense.
Yeah, no blocking out there. Corner did a good job. They're going to spot the ball at the 10-yard line. Say went out of bounds. So good. I'm still hoping Jared gets his 200 yards, so maybe a 10-yard gallop in the end zone will do that for us.
That'll put him at 201, right?
We need to get a memo down to Coach Monk and leave him in the game.
The Eagles will line up. This time, pistol set. Twin backs, Robinson and Banks. They'll motion Tyler Sumner right to left. Here comes the snap, almost bobbled, given to Robinson. Robinson to the 5. He gets to the 2 and dives in for the score. Put an Eagles 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Robinson with his first score of the afternoon on the season. His 4th rushing touchdown. He makes it 48-20 with 7:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Good hustle by Robinson. Actually, they just updated McKinnon's stats and say he's at 195 yards.
Alex Hanks on for the point after. Alex has been consistent today. All the action coming from point afters. This time a low snap, but it's fielded by Demasi, and Hanks gets it up and through, make it 49-20 with 7:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a timeout, return to Paulson Stadium in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network. On homecoming day 2012, a beautiful day in the Statesboro area. Chance for alumni to come back. Some come back every year, some come back. Actually talked to some Terry in the tailgating lot before the game. Haven't been back in a number of years, and no surprise, very excited to see how this university has changed since the last time they were on campus.
Wait till they come back next year and see what the stadium looks like with some groundbreaking. Hopefully it's going to take place. Domino's Pizza Drive Delivery brought to you by Domino's, proud sponsor of this for Georgia Southern Athletics. Darion Robinson, 10-yard run, 4 plays, 44 yards, used $1.29 to put the Eagles up 49-20 for a Domino's Pizza location near you. Go to Domino's.com as Luke Cherry kicks it about 5 yards deep in the end zone, Chris.
One of the best kicks we've seen Cherry do all season. That time high in the air and deep, 5 yards deep. And the Bison will start first down and 10 at their own 25. Speaking of which, if you're a Georgia Southern grad, no better time to reconnect with your university than right now. Join the Alumni Association today and access a global network of Eagle alums around the world. Visit georgiasouthern.edu/alumni and join today. Alumni Association says go Eagles. Right now the Eagles off to a great start in this game, led 21-0 before the Bison able to get on the board. First down and 10. McGee comes out firing. Again, quick hitter near side. Justin Boyd has it at the 30. Pick up of 5 yards. It'll be second down 5 for the Howard Bison.
J.J. Wilcox coming in, head hunting there to make the tackle, but able to pick up 5 yards. Our corners right now, Nick Wright on one side, Javonte Martin on the other.
Second down 5, ball placed at the 30-yard line. Twin receivers to the left, one to the near side. McGee out of the gun, one back on a wing. It'll be LaFall trying to find some room left tackle, and the Eagles covered up quickly. Kyle Olbeck came in there to plug up the hole. As LaFall gets to about the 32, just shy of the 33-yard line, sets up a little bit of a 3rd and 4.
Kyle Olbeck has
actually
that
a short 3. Actually, they've got a chance here, very manageable on 3rd and a short 3. For the Bison, double tight set. McGee's going to keep it around the left edge and just lunge forward, try to get to the first down sticks. He needed to get to about the 36, and he has it. The Bison get a first down. Josh Gebhardt on the tackle from defensive end.
Kyle back into the ball game. Ryan told us about the injured elbow It's wrapped up. Looks like the Terminator out there with his right arm.
First down snap. McGee fires. Quick slant. This one in the arms, but dropped by Jonathan Booker. He had daylight in front of him. He got a step that time in front of Javante Martin. And that time just dropped the football. Otherwise, he's got a lot of room to go.
Yeah, that would have been to the races right there.
Sets up second down 10 at the 37. Two receivers left, one to the right. McGee out of a gun. A fall on a wing to his left side. Here's the snap. LaFall will break out into the flats, but the catch is made at the 45 by Jonathan Booker. This time he holds on across the 45 up to the 48-yard line, just a yard shy of the first down. Again, we'll set up third and short here for the Bison offense, who is ready to go, already lined up. It is a first down, gave him first down progress, 1st and 10 with the ball at the 48-yard line. This time McGee will keep. Trying to find a hole left tackle again. Loves the left-hander, loves to run left across midfield to the Eagle 48. Trevor Shaw with the tackle. Help from Josh Gebhardt for the Eagles. And again, multiplying, getting players in and off the field for the Bison. They line up, trip receivers to the right, one to the left side. McGee's ready to go on second down and 8. Rather, second down and 6 at the Eagle 48-yard line. This time again, what we did not see, Terry, in that first half. The Eagles manning up on the corners. Now they're going to back off here after the plays change. Now coming up near side, Javante Martin will man up to the near side receiver. Blitz being called. Here's McGee running downhill left side, spins, misses a tackler inside the 45, down to about the 43-yard line. Very close to another first down. It will be third and short for the Bison with 4:55 clock moving here in the third quarter.
Kyle had him, but the spin move got out of the grips of Kyle, and he was able to pick up a nice run. It's going to be third down and 1. The Bison 8 of 13 on third down conversions.
Ready to go again. McGee out of the shotgun. Two receivers right, one to the left. Here's the snap. McGee will put it in the belly. It'll be LaFall. He's got the first down. And he's down to the 35-yard line. Rather, Jerron Brown checks in as the running back, and Brown takes it down to the Eagle 35, and it's a first down for the Howard Bison.
And behind Terrell Hawkins, the left guard. Guys, he's one of the better guards we've seen all year. This kid's a stud, 6'4", 320. He has won that matchup on the left side all day long, and the Bison have done a good job blocking up front.
First down 10, ball at the 26, or rather 36, and McGee throws, wide open receiver at the 10 is going to be the tight end David Wilson. He'll go in to score to make it 49-26. Blown coverage wide open across the middle of the field. Nobody there. And it looks like the Bison will set up to go for 2. Let's wait and see. Now they're going to bring the kick unit on. Parker Munoz will come on to kick it here with 4:17 to go in the third quarter.
Blown coverage is an understatement. He was wide open with nobody around.
Matthew Jacobs will come on instead of Munoz here for Howard to kick it away. His first time trying for the point after here. Snap, set, kick on its way. Kick hits the right goalpost, or rather the upright, and is no good. So Jacobs' point after is no good. Second point after missed today by Howard, and the score remains 49-26 with 4:17 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll return to Paulson Stadium in just a moment. When we return, Russ Brown will get you up to date on scores around the Southern Conference and around the country. Your score, Georgia Southern 49, Howard 26. This is Georgia Southern football.
Your score here at Paulson Stadium. Russ Brown back with you. A quick check of your Southern Conference scoreboard. Sanford leads Elon 20-7. Just underway in the fourth quarter of that one. All knotted up at 10. It looks like they're headed to overtime. Wofford and Chattanooga. Appalachian State leads Furman 10-7 as they're just underway in the second quarter, and it's a final. Citadel holds on to beat VMI 27-24. 2 FBS scores to give you. Texas A&M out to an early 14-0 lead in Tuscaloosa over Alabama, and the triple option alive and well in Chapel Hill as Georgia Tech knocks off North Carolina 68-50.
Wow. Congratulations, Paul Johnson.
Thank you, Russ. 49-26 our score here at Paulson Stadium. Howard, yet another touchdown, mixing it up, throwing the ball, and using McGee, the big quarterback at 6'3", 200 pounds, to get it done. Eagle football presented in part by the Georgia Peanut Commission. Great snack and a source of protein. Did you know Georgia produces 49% of the United States peanuts, and the peanut industry contributes more than 50,000 jobs right here in the state of Georgia. Here's the kickoff, and it's out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Eagles will take over first down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. But again, 2 drives to start this game. Howard Bison bring onto the field Randy Liggins Jr. Not much doing. Greg McGee comes in after being down 21-0, Terry. And McGee has really put a spark in this Howard offense. Defense hasn't had much of an answer for the Eagles, but certainly been impressed with Howard, their stick-to-itiveness in this game, and a lopsided score, 49-26.
Whereas Georgia Southern has scored quickly and often with 2, 3, and 4-play drives, the Bison have used long 11-play drive for a touchdown, 11 plays, 75 yards for a touchdown. This last drive, 9 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Picked our defense apart, and then an open, very wide open tight end puts the Bison 49-26 as Jerick McKinnon comes in just 5 yards shy of his 200-yard career mark.
First down 10, ball at the 35-yard line. McKinnon with the give. Robinson trying to run inside. He's hit behind the line, dropped for a 1-yard loss. Alfonso Beal, the senior out of Silver Spring, Maryland, virtually untouched at the line, came in and crashed down on Robinson for the 1-yard loss. It'll be second down 11 back at the 34-yard line of the Eagles. Zach Walker in as a receiver, relays the play. Jerick McKinnon get in the huddle. They'll break from the huddle. Again, Blake DeBartolo in at center with his nose over the football in replace of the injured Man Ray St. Amour. Split gun formation, shotgun snap. McKinnon give to Robinson, again trying the inside game across the 35, gets to the 37-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards as Resby in on the tackle, the middle linebacker. Sets up second, or rather third down and 8 at the 37-yard line of the Eagles. Devin Scott back onto the field. Darion Robinson a little hobbled coming to the near side. Marcus Farmer also checks in as a receiver.
Eagles 3 of 5 on third down.
Marcus, a nearby product out of Savannah, Georgia, played at Windsor Forest. Junior, 5'10", 165 pounds. Showers, the receiver to the near side. Farmer, the receiver far side. Flex bone formation on second, or rather third down and 8. Here come the Bison. McKinnon going to be dropped back behind the line at the 30-yard line. Again, Alfonso Beal untouched, made a beeline to Jerick McKinnon. And a loss will set up 4th and about 13, and it's a punt situation here for the Eagles.
I think Jerick's going to come over to his offensive line and say, guys, I don't like pulling grass out of my ear. He just got planted into the ground as Luke Cherry comes out to punt. Ball spotted at 32. Last punt he's punted 1 time today. Good 45-yard punt. Hope he can do that again.
Flanagan back deep for the Bison, stands at the 26-yard line. It's a low snap.
And he did.
But Cherry got a beauty off. Backpedaling is Flanagan. He'll field it at the 16-yard line, then stretch it near side. Brought out of bounds at the 19. Gunners down the field, aided by a high punt. Nick Wright got down to make the stop, but a nice punt by Luke Cherry.
Unofficially, I'll give him 47 yards, maybe 48. Good hang time. Turned the ball over. Not any help from the wind because there's not much here today. That was just a beautiful punt.
So the Bison back on the field here. 2:13, an eternity left in this game. It's hard to believe it's still third quarter action. 49-26, Eagles lead. But so far, outside of the opening drive of the third quarter, the Bison slowly picking up a little momentum here. And as I've mentioned throughout the broadcast, not going away quietly.
They're trying to get the clock. They're going to reset the clock. By the way, App State just scores to go up 17-7 over Furman.
McGee will step into the shotgun. He's got twin backs. Justin Duncan on a wing to his left. LaFall on a wing to his right. The give to LaFall, hit in the backfield. Got to the 21-yard line. Pickup of a yard. Javon Minchin right there, very close to yet another tackle for a loss. He leads the team on the season. The Plant High School product coming in with 7.5 tackles for a loss. Somehow LaFall's able to pick up a positive yard. Second down 9 at the 21. LaFall will stay in on a wing to the right side of McGee. Takes the shotgun snap. Looking to throw, now will decide to run. Now he gets away from a defender at the 30, gets away from another at the 35, makes his way up to the Howard 40-yard line, picks up the first down. Boyd Sasser coming over at safety to make the tackle.
And Coach Monk is not going to be happy right now. You saw this breakdown go against Chattanooga. You saw a little bit against App State. By the way, Lavelle Westbrooks looks like he's checked back into the game. Check that, he's not.
First down, 10 at the 40. McGee rides the back now to Keeps, and he'll go down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a half yard, just shy of the 40-yard line with 1:14 to go. Attendance today for homecoming 2012, 18,069 in the seats and on the grass at Paulson Stadium. Two receivers right, one to the left side. They've got Booker as the wide out to the left. McGee in the gun, looking at second down 10. At the 39, throw, short stuff, near side, catch hauled in by LaFall, but hit immediately by the banded back Antwan Williams right at the 40-yard line. No gain on the play, sets up third down and 10. Nice head hunting that time by Antwan Williams, the sophomore out of Lovejoy, Georgia.
Another third down for the Bison. Good play for the outside linebacker.
Trip receivers wide side of the field, far side. One receiver to the near side. McGee looking to the far side. Coaching staff relaying the play. He and LaFall in the offensive backfield. Let's see if LaFall's there to block. He is. McGee fires, high pass, caught at midfield. Ball came out. Is it a fumble or a catch? It's a catch at midfield by Jonathan Booker, who went on a ladder to pull it down. Looks like he has the first down. Depends on where they put the spot, and they will put it on the Eagles side of the 50, and that should be enough, and it is for a Howard first down. Big time play, big time throw from McGee to Booker, and the drive stays alive for the Bison. 10 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Trip receivers again, near side, shotgun snap, quick fire, catch is made at the 46 by the tight end Justin Boyd. Again, plenty of stuff. The Eagles defense allowing everything to stay in front of them, and that's the final play of the third quarter. So we go to the fourth and final quarter. 49-26, Georgia Southern with a lead. Howard with the football on the Eagles side of the field. We'll return in just a moment. You're listening to the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Georgia Southern football proudly presented by Georgia Farm Bureau and your Georgia Farm Bureau agent since 1959, serving the interests and insurance needs of Georgia residents and Georgia residents only. In other words, they're from your street, not Wall Street. We start the fourth quarter here at Paulson Stadium, homecoming 2012. Beautiful day in the area, temperatures in the low 70s. A slight breeze, nothing more than that. 49-26 our score at the half, or rather here as we start the fourth quarter at the end of 3. Howard with the football there at the Eagle 45-yard line. Georgia Southern getting a piece of the Southern Conference title, albeit losing last week and finishing the conference slate. We'll update you on how that all may shake out by the end of today, with conference games going on as we speak. But first, second down 8 at the 45. McGee rolling out to his left. The left-hander throws, and this one almost caught, but just out of the reach down around the 22-yard line by Flanagan. Just led him too much.
And again, he had a step on us there. Deion Stanley on coverage there. Third down. Bison able to convert. Third down here. By the way, McGee is 24 of 37 on his pass attempts. 24 of 37 for 247 yards on the day.
So a huge third down and 6 here for the Bison at the Eagle 45-yard line. They'll jumble up 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. McGee in the gun now will hop up, and Howard, I believe, wants to talk about it. We have a whistle and I believe a timeout taken. Wait a minute, McGee now arguing his point. No timeout was called. Let's see. No indication yet whether the timeout was granted. Now Ted Pitts will tell us about it, as there's the discussion going on at the 45-yard line. McGee looked like he did not want to call the timeout.
Away from with 20 seconds left on the play clock. Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
All right. Didn't really hear what he said there, but every time
he didn't step out of bounds.
I got you. Every time they've been in this formation with trips to the left, and then they take Matthew Colvin on the other side, they've gone to Colvin on there in about a 5-yard pattern there at the sideline. And here we are giving him a cushion again. Right is of about 7 yards.
Same formation on 3rd and 6 from the 45. McGee out of the gun, looking left, still looking left, throws this one down the seam, middle of the field, knocked away at the last moment. Great coverage downfield by Valdon Cooper. Stayed with him step for step and could not get the pass over the top. They were looking for, I believe, Brandon Flanagan again. Indeed they were. 4 teams in the Southern Conference with 2 conference losses coming into today. Georgia Southern, Wofford, Appalachian State, and Chattanooga. We mentioned we'll update you on the scores coming up. First, they've got a 4th down attempt here. They'll keep the offense out there. They're 0 for 2 on the afternoon. 4th and 6 from the 45-yard line. Howard rolling the dice here. McGee looking left. Now fires right. Over the shoulder. Catch was hauled in. And it is a catch. Thought he might have went wide at the 20, but Matthew Colvin hauls it in. Now so they'll say incomplete. Near sideline judge said complete. Now they say incomplete.
Correct, Chris. The back judge came in and said he was out of bounds when he made the catch. Came in late. Pretty
obvious from here, but initially they said the catch was made. But nonetheless, turnover on downs. Georgia Southern takes over at their own 45-yard line with 14:41 to play. As I mentioned, everyone at the top there with 2 conference losses. Furman taking on Appalachian State today. Appalachian State, should they win, they would hold the automatic qualifier. They would have a share of the Southern Conference title. Wofford and Chattanooga battling today. In overtime, Chattanooga leading 13-10 over Wofford, and that one is a final. So Wofford has their 3rd conference loss. Chattanooga's in the conversation for a share of the title win. Here's a 1st down and 10 play at the 45 for the Eagles. It'll be McKinnon. He needs 5 yards to hit 200. He gets to the 47-yard line of the Howard Bison. That should do it. Put him over 200 yards, a career high for the junior quarterback. Jacob Bennett made the stop, but I believe that'll do it. Sets up 2nd down and 3 for the Georgia Southern Eagles. As I mentioned, with Wofford going down today to Chattanooga 13-10 in overtime, Chattanooga, believe it or not, has a share of the Southern Conference title. It all shakes out as to who gets the automatic qualifier. That game is determined in Boone, North Carolina, going on this afternoon between Furman and Appalachian State. 2nd down, 3 at the 47. McKinnon will give to Banks. Banks breaks out the middle of the field to the 30, trying to cut outside at the 25. Still on his feet inside the 15, spun down at the 11-yard line. William Banks gets the Franklin 1st down for the Georgia Southern Eagles, toppling over Bison down the field.
Hey, Chris, just an update. Because of the loss of yards, McKinnon from the previous series, it backed him up to 190 yards. Now he's at 98 yards and needs just 2 yards.
There we go. 1st down, 10 at the 11. McKinnon under center, ready to move in the flex bone formation. Inside the Case IH red zone, presented by Amtrak in Brooklet, Georgia. He's got Devin Scott and Trey Butler in at your slot backs. William Banks is the B back. Now James Dean will check in, and before they can get the play, Jerick McKinnon calls for timeout. 13:30 to go in this game, 49-26. And once again, to relay that to you, Wofford defeated today 13-10 at home at Gibbs Stadium to the Chattanooga Mocs.
Check that. Check that. So the scorings from ESPN, everything else has been checked. Now they've updated again and saying it's a final. Wofford beats Chattanooga 16-13. They've called it a final twice now, so we may get another final coming in later on. Let's see if we can get something from Wofford on that.
So that'll change things only slightly. Wofford will get a share of the Southern Conference title. Chattanooga will be knocked out of the picture.
They must be having some internet issues up in Gibbs.
Appalachian State leading Furman 17-14 midway through the 2nd quarter. And again, Wofford has a share of the title. Georgia Southern already a share of the title. It comes down to the automatic qualifier. App State has that on the table. They have to take care of business today in Boone against Furman. And again, it's a 17-14 game midway through the 2nd quarter. That's where we stand. Chattanooga now knocked out of the picture. We apologize. Gotta love the internet. They had 13-10 final Chattanooga. Apparently it's 16-13 Wofford with the win.
Tracking that down. Is that confirmed? It is confirmed. Are you sure? All right.
Timeout here on the field at Paulson with 13:30 to play, and the Eagles up 49-26. Coach Monken and the staff talking to them this week. You mentioned the Southern Conference title and just not as much enthusiasm, and they all kept saying we backed right into it, didn't get it done on the field. Had the Eagles been able to beat Appalachian State last week, they would have taken the title They would have had the automatic qualifier, but as it stands now, Appalachian State has that in their pocket. Should they be able to go on and hold off the Furman Paladins at Kidd Brewer Stadium today. First down 10 at the Bison 11-yard line. The give to James Dean on the dive. He'll get to the 9-yard line, a pickup of 2. Pick up second down and 8 for the Eagles here.
Yes, Wofford scored a touchdown in overtime to get the victory. Earlier in that contest, well, FYI, Chattanooga missed a less than 30-yard field goal.
Wofford last week losing in overtime, double overtime, fumbling the football on their way inside the red zone, allowing Sanford to come away with a win in double OT. But today they get it done against Chattanooga at home. Second down and 8 at the 9-yard line of the Bison. Again, the carry going to be off on the dive to William Banks. He'll pick up about a yard. Not much there to get to the 7-yard line. Third down, goal to go from the Bison's 7-yard line.
49 points. Hoping to put some more on the board here. Was hoping some of our guys would get a little more rest. But so Howard's Bison offense has had other ideas.
We apologize for the scoring mix-up. Somehow the mothership made a mistake. We apologize on their behalf. Third down, goal to go from the 7-yard line. They'll mark it just inside the 7 to the 6. McKinnon going to throw, lofts it into the end zone. Wide open. Tyler Sumner has the catch. Put an Eagles 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. The senior out of Savannah, Georgia, pulls down his first touchdown of the season. The tight end, let me stand corrected. How about Pooler, Georgia, out of Savannah Christian? But nonetheless, Tyler Sumner with the touchdown catch makes it 55-26 with 12-12 to go in the game.
What a great play fake by Jerick McKinnon.
Alex Hanks on for the point after. The homecoming crowd starting to empty out of the stadium here with a 55-26 game. Hanks can add one more. The kick is up. And kick is good. Make it 56-26, a 30-point lead for the Eagles. 12-12 to go in this one. We'll take a timeout. Return in just a moment. This is the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
More than ever.
Fans, are you True Blue? Well, visit georgiasouthern.edu/TrueBlue and download the True Blue sign. If you go somewhere, take a picture with it, then upload your favorite photo to the site. Georgia Southern University wants to know, how True Blue are you? Just go to georgiasouthern.edu/TrueBlue. 56-26, 30-point lead. Eagles out in front of Howard here on homecoming day 2012. Eagles take a little bit of time off the clock on that last drive, taking over at their own 45. Here's the kickoff. Little bounce at the 10-yard line, picked up at the 8 by Julian Blair. Stutter steps his way up to the 20, makes it to about the 22-yard line. That's where Howard takes over. Fans coming up, basketball season underway. Eagles will be in action this coming Tuesday night from the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. Take on UNC Charlotte. Tip time 9 o'clock. Airtime comes your way at 8:30 right here along the Georgia Southern Radio Network.
The Domino's Pizza Drive delivery presented by Domino's Pizza. 5 plays, 55 yards, 2 minutes and 29 seconds, capped off by a beautiful little tip pass, if you will, a little flip pass over the line to Sumner. Put an Eagle 6 on it.
First down and 10 at the 22. The handoff, LaFall right side. Got a little bit of room and then smacked down by John Stevenson, the outside linebacker, senior out of Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Domino's Pizza is a proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics in Statesboro. Call them at 681-4326. Or for a location near you, pretty simple, just go to Domino's.com. Chris.
Second down, 8. Ball placed at the Howard 24-yard line, far side hash. One receiver to the right, one to the left side. McGee looking left, throws back to the right. Catch made at the 24. Breaking one tackle is Justin Duncan. Can't get away from a team of Eagles at the 25-yard line. Only a pickup of a yard. Sets up third down and 7 next week. Eagles on the road. Step out of conference once again. Step up divisions. They'll take on the Bulldoggies of the University of Georgia. Kickoff at 1:30 from Sanford Stadium. Citizens Bank Tailgate Show will get things underway beginning 11:30 a.m. next Saturday here on the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Third down, 7 at the 25 here for Howard. They've run a bunch of plays on this drive. really have not moved the ball after the drive started at the 22-yard line. Here's McGee again out in the gun. He's got 2 receivers left, one to the right, a back on a wing to the left side. Eagles bring some people into the box here, showing a little blitz. They'll back off, and a flag comes in. May have had somebody jump. We may have gotten in the neutral zone. We'll wait and see.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Yeah, Davin Morris did that earlier, and he did it again. A little different defensive look for the Eagles. 3-man front, and Deon DeBow steps back, kind of like a middle linebacker or like a gator back, where he was floating all over the place, deciding which gap he was going to blitz on. Kind of threw him off a little bit.
3rd down and 12 after the infraction. Now the ball back at the 20-yard line. Nothing but backpedaling here for the Bison on this drive as McGee throws, and a little miscommunication. We got a flag coming out. Looked like Boyd Sasser got in the grill that time of Brandon Flanagan. Flanagan hemmed up at the 30. The ball right down the middle of the field on a quick slant.
Deon DeBow went out to cover the flanker and then came back to his defensive end to put pressure on the quarterback, and they're going to call holding on Boyd.
On an eligible pass receiver. That's a 10-yard foul from the previous spot with an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, I'm going to give Boyd Sasser credit. It was good coverage down the middle of the field. The holding call came away from the pass. Nonetheless, it will move the ball up. The most yards the Bison have had on this possession moves it up to the 30-yard line now with a fresh set of downs. 1st down and 10. Trip receivers to the right, 2 to the left side. McGee on 1st down. Lost this one down the field. Had a man open. The pass slow to get there. Incomplete at the 36-yard line. He was looking for Matthew Colvin, and had that pass been on the way a little sooner, it would not have been tipped. The Eagles had coverage, but Colvin had a step. A.J. McCray got a hand on it, but Colvin had to slow up, look back towards the football. Just didn't have enough zip on the pass from McGee.
And he was open. Good job by McCray to save it.
2nd down 10 at the 30. Ball's on the carpet. Missed exchange. Georgia Southern picks it up at the 27-yard line. John Stevenson there came crashing down on the exchange. I think McGee a little surprised to see Stevenson there. He and LaFall couldn't commit either way. The ball comes out. Stevenson's there to pick it up. The Eagles take over. They'll mark it at the 29-yard line.
First turnover on the day from Howard. Their 2nd fumble, but the first one that they've lost.
10:14 to go in this 4th quarter. 56-26. Eagles with a 30-point lead. They look at 1st down and 10 inside the Bison 30 when we return. This is Georgia Southern football.
56-26, Georgia Southern leading, 10:14 to play in the 4th quarter. A quick check of your Southern Conference scoreboard. 2 finals to tell you about. Citadel beat VMI 27-24. In overtime, Wofford knocks off Chattanooga 16-13. And the one we're keeping an eye on, Appalachian State leads Furman 20-14, 5:38 to play in the 2nd quarter.
Thank you, Russ. Eagles take back possession after the fumble, as Terry mentioned in the last segment. First turnover of the game. 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Here comes Dobson. Dobson in at quarterback. He'll take the snap, trying to set up the option. The Bison all in the backfield. He'll get back to the 29. That's all. No gain, no loss. Eric Pittman got to him first.
Dobson in the ball game. I was looking forward to seeing him, but I will tell you, I was hoping Jarek would stay in for just 2 more yards to get that 200-yard mark. Good to see Matt Dobson in the ball game. Kid out of the Panhandle of Florida, true freshman, major impact on special teams, kickoff coverage, 3rd-string quarterback getting a shot today.
Came into the game 7 carries, 29 yards on the season. He'll work in the pistol set with twin backs. Dobson looking to throw. Dobson throwing down far sideline, looking for Walker. Caught in the end zone. Put an Eagles 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Matt Dobson with his first completion. Hits for 6 to Zach Walker, who has his 2nd touchdown catch of the day, his 3rd on the season. Make it 62-26 with 9:29 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Congratulations, Matt Dobson. Thought we were going to have a pass interference call there, but it was just a matter. It was a good call not to make. Zach Walker coming back to the ball, making the catch. We had a little confusion on the line there for the extra point.
Dobson led North Florida Christian to a state title a year ago and really only played the first half in all of their playoff games. As the point after by Hanks will be stopped. We have a flag, And it looks like delay a game. Eagles did not get it off. The play clock is at 0.
These are the kind of things that drive any coach nuts. And you know Coach Monken and the staff will be looking at this as not only against Georgia, but more importantly, getting to that playoff run. These are mistakes you cannot make in a playoff if you want a chance to get to Frisco.
So now it will be a 25-yard point after attempt. To Massey to hold. Hanks waiting on the snap. Here it comes. Placement down. Kick is up. Line drive kick. And it's good. 63-26. 9:29 to play in this game. And we'll see what the Howard Bison offer up on this next drive as the Eagles almost put the Bison in submission here with a 63-26 score. Can expect to see Dobson in at quarterback, as Ryan mentioned to you from the outset of the game. The Eagles without a number of personnel coming into the game due to injuries and otherwise. Zayu Ute a little banged up and the loss last week, unable to go today. Dominique Swope, good to see him back early in the first half, but a quad contusion, and he has been on the sideline ever since. A couple of offensive linemen, Dorian Bird unable to go today. Darius Eubanks at safety with the shoulder injury, and Kyle Obeck going out with an elbow injury in the first half. So the Eagles leading 63-26. They've done it with backups today, getting their opportunities. And for the most part, the defensive front has done a very good job. There's been times the defensive secondary has given the Bison some life and some optimism. But overall, I think the defensive front have played a pretty good game against a very good quarterback in McGee at 6'3", 200 pounds.
Oh, no doubt about it. Brent Russell definitely missed out here today with his senior leadership and the impact that he has on the offensive line. And I think the legacy of Brent Russell is going to be these guys that are playing today, because they've learned from him and have fed off of him, and they've done a solid job. The defensive back's been a little bit on the weak side. Let's take a look quickly at the stats before we kick off. Here in the fourth quarter, Georgia Southern 542 yards of offense, 552 last week, by the way. 61 yards in the air, 481 on the ground. The Bison 248 in the air, 178 on the ground for 426 yards of offense. The Eagles 4 for 4 in the red zone, 4 of 7 on third down conversions. The Bison 10 of 16 on third down conversions, and 3 of 4 in the red zone, Chris.
Ryan Nowicki will check in. He'll tee it up at the 35-yard line. His first kickoff of the afternoon with 9:29 to go in this game. Nowicki with the approach, and here's the kick. High, but will be fielded at the 5-yard line by Matthew Colvin. He'll go from near side, far side, trying to find a lane across the 15, hit hard at the 16-yard line. Not much after that. Edwin Jackson on special teams in to make the first hit. And out come the Bison offense as Georgia Southern's defense back onto the field.
Going to get some substitutes to come in to get some playing time at safety. Antonio Glover, the redshirt freshman out of Douglas County High School, 6'1", 195, checks in at safety. Alongside Boyd Sasser, you got Wright on one side, you got Javante Martin at the other corner. Patrick Flo in at your linebacker along with John Stevenson.
First down 10. Ball placed at the 18-yard line of the Bison as McGee will work up under center. I formation. The give to LaFall, and he's tripped up. That time coming in with a surge. Defensively is Antonio Glover, and he actually puts the offensive lineman into the front of LaFall, who tripped him up. So the tackle, you'll give it to Glover by the offensive lineman of the Bison.
Yeah.
Give him the assist.
And he pushed a 300-pounder into him. Not too bad for a kid that weighs $195.
4-yard loss sets up second down 14 back at the 14-yard line of the Bison. This time McGee back in the gun with twin back set. Give to LaFall, trying to stutter step, find a hole. Not much doing there. Williams got to him, along with Jonathan Battle. Rashad Williams and Battle in there, stopping not much of a surge. They give the football across the 15 to the 16-yard line with 8:31 to go in this game. 63-26. Eagles in the driver's seat here. Two receivers right, one to the left. Again, twin backs. McGee, shotgun snap, rolls to his right. Throws out in the flat, short of the first down sticks, but Flanagan has it at about the 27-yard line. Needed to get to the 29. It will be 4th down and short. Personnel changes coming in for the Bison here. It looks like a wholesale changes here.
They're going to punt the ball. An awful lot of cushion again on the receiver. Bad pass. He wasn't able to catch and get a run on it as Trey Butler comes back to return the punt, standing on his own 35-yard line, 36-yard line.
So John Fleck on to punt it away, stands at the 12-yard line. Butler, the sophomore out of Stockbridge, Georgia, will await the punt, his first punt return of the afternoon. Fleck gets a foot into this one, and it's a boomer. Tight spiraling kick. Butler fields it at the 20-yard line of his own. Backpedals, now gets up ahead of steam, fumbles the football. Flag comes out. We got two Hankies down on the carpet. Looked like the Eagles able to jump on top of it, but hold the phone here, as we'll see what the penalty's about. Butler on his back, a little slow to get up.
53 yards on that punt. Both punters doing a very good job today. Howard's punter averaging over 45 yards.
Number 21 on the receiving team. That penalty is declined with the turnover.
It is a turnover. Bison jumped on top of it.
Butler still down. First turnover on the day for Georgia Southern. Second fumble. First one we've lost.
Butler was going back after he gave up the fumble. He went diving into the pile to get it back. And with all the melee that ensued, did not see who came out of the pile with the football for the Bison, but nonetheless they'll have the turnover with 8:01 to play in this game. They'll be looking at first down with the ball placed. They've yet to place the football down as they take a look at the injured Trey Butler. And while we have a moment, let's go down on the sidelines, check in with Ryan Chambers. And Ryan, I don't know how you look at this, but obviously it's an out-of-conference game for Georgia Southern today. They're winning 63-26. Any chance the NCAA FCS committee takes a look at style points? We hear a lot about that in the BCS. Does it happen in the FCS?
You're asking me to I can't to predict the whims of, I won't even say that. You would think so, right? I mean, you would think that a score this late in the season, especially coming off the loss at Appalachian State, would show something. I mean, a Howard team that held Rutgers to essentially 19 points. I think that was a 26-0 final, but one of those on a punt block return for a touchdown. So I mean, it's a Howard team that had some success in the season. So I would think so. I mean, I think style points would matter, especially with the expansion of the playoffs. But we'll see. I mean, it's hard to, as Terry will tell you, it's hard to navigate the thoughts or to guess the thoughts of the NCAA and the selection committee. I think a lot of people thought they knew what was going to go down going into Sunday last year with that Alabama, or after that Alabama game. But a lot of people would say that Alabama loss affected seeding, dropping down to 3 seed when it's supposed to not happen that way. So you never know.
Got a scoring update, Chris, real quick. In Boone, Appalachian State did a 10-play drive, capped off by a pass from Jackson to Peacock, and the Mountaineers take a 27-14 lead. Butler still on the turf. The crowd is much lighter than it was in the second quarter. Homecoming weekend here in Statesboro at Georgia Southern. A lot of festivities going on. Parade yesterday. Had a chance to hang out in the Eagle Football Alumni Association tent with a lot of former players that came back. People listening all over the world, including in Texas, where Nate Baker, who's one of the students here at Georgia Southern, learning to be a coach, hanging out with the staff, doing a fantastic job. He's been here doing that since he was a freshman. Nate Baker, senior. His dad, avid listener in Texas, John Baker. Appreciate you listening to the Lone Star State, and appreciate the efforts and what your son has done for the program as well.
They've set Trey Butler up now. The training crew and physicians taking a look at him here as we're in an injury timeout with 8:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. 63-26. Again, the Eagles will be out of the FCS into the FBS and BCS next week, traveling to Athens, Georgia for the meeting with the Georgia Bulldogs out of the SEC. Kickoff at 1:30. Airtime on the Citizens Bank Tailgate Show will come your way at 11:30 a.m. We'll be back on the air this coming Tuesday night. Men's basketball in action from Charlotte, North Carolina, as they take on UNC Charlotte. Televised on NBC Sports Channel. Tip-off 9 o'clock. Airtime at 8:30 coming your way. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. You're listening to Georgia Southern football from the Georgia Southern Radio Network. Talking to some Eagle fans earlier in the week. Many of them having a hard time pulling for the Furman Paladins, but they said they were in today's game only.
Yeah, today's game only. Some new Eagles out there on the field. Not new Eagles, but it's fresh Eagles. Quan Daniels checking in at linebacker. Carlos Cave getting some more playing time. Carlos out of Westside High School in Macon. A little injury bug this year a little bit. Good to see him out there. Tarico Agnew out there as well.
So Trey Butler, good news, he's made his way to the near sideline after being down after the injury. Howard takes over after the turnover. First down and 10 at the 38 after the punt return. Here's LaFall on the carry left side. He's hit hard. Carlos Cave comes up, hits him right in the thigh, flips him over at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Howard Bison.
There's the Carlos Cave I remember.
Two receivers right, one to the left side. McGee will put LaFall on a wing to the right side. 4-man front. Eagles manning up. Here comes a corner blitz, and the throw is off the mark. Trying to get the quick hitter to Matthew Colvin at the 30-yard line. As Nick Wright was coming off the right edge on the corner blitz, McGee delivered it quickly. Colvin couldn't hold on. Javante Martin on coverage. It'll set up 3rd down and 7 at the 35-yard line of the Eagles here for Howard, trying to make the most out of a turnover, the only one offered up today by the Eagles. Each team with a turnover apiece. Here's two receivers right, one to the left. McGee out of a gun. LaFall on a wing to the right side with 7:29 to go here in the ball game. 3rd down and 7. McGee taking his time, now gets the team straight. Waiting on the snap. And here it comes. 3rd down and 7 play. McGee looking right. The left-hander decides to come over the middle to LaFall, and LaFall runs into the umpire. That time, two Eagles. Agnew. Tarico Agnew was in on coverage. It was broken up, but he got aided by the umpire in the middle of the field,
and
along with Quan Daniels.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the guy there. I mean, he had the ball, and the umpire there, they have to give him a half a tackle for that one.
So 4th down and 7. Howard will go for it here. McGee takes the snap, pressure, gets out of the pocket, gonna be dropped. 2nd sack of the day at the 42-yard line. Carlos Cave takes home a sack presented by Steak and Shake in Statesboro. And it's a turnover on downs, and the Eagles will take over near midfield with the ball placed at the 43-yard line.
The Bison 0 for 4 on 4th down today. Carlos Cave coming with a blitz, doing a good job staying with him. And as McGee tried to get out of the pocket, there was Carlos Cave to make the tackle. Good job for Carlos, and the Eagles led back out on the field by number 12, the senior, Damasi.
Russell Damasi will be on the field, 3rd quarterback of the afternoon for Georgia Southern. So Damasi under center in the flex bone here on 1st down and 10 at the 43. Damasi will keep coming around the right edge. Damasi's free. 45-40, almost lost it. Bounced back up in his hands. He's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Damasi got off to the races, and at about the 38, he had his hand so low with the ball, and it bounced right back up in his arms, and he makes it down to the 28-yard line of the Bison. A Franklin 1st down for the Georgia Southern Eagles.
I'm reminded of one of the funnies you made about the dog that caught the car. It's like Damasi wide open right there. Like, oh God, I'm wide open.
What do I do? 1st down and 10 at the 31. Good run by Damasi. He'll set up in the flex bone here. Receiver to each side. Motion Brian Wiltshire. Right to left. Throw out in the flat. Catch is going to be made near side at the 21-yard line. Marcus Farmer hauls it in. Nice pickup, nice pitch and catch from Damasi to Farmer at the 21-yard line. Ian Days into the lineup at B-back. Transfer out of Illinois, seeing his first action of the season. He'll line up in the B-back. DeMasi under center. Wholesale changes here for the Eagles late in this game. The give to Days inside the 20, down to around the 17-yard line. 6:18 clock moving fourth quarter, 63-26. Gary Harrell, the head coach, known as the Flea in his playing days at Howard University, in his second season as the coach. A lot of off-season drama for Howard University and its athletic program, but obviously they righted the ship here, and he's off to a great season in the MEAC. Howard University, great university in our nation's capital, the alma mater of Andrew Young, as well as broadcaster Gus Johnson here on the carry again. DeMasi will keep. Get down to about the 16-yard line. It's a Franklin first down for the Georgia Southern Eagles. So DeMasi with his second first down of the afternoon.
Devontae Lewis in the ball game at an A-back. Devontae, a 5'8" redshirt freshman out of Mill Creek. Good to see these kids playing time. DeMasi leading the Eagles inside the 20-yard line, Chris.
Case IH Red Zone presented by Amtrak in Brooklyn, Georgia. Eagles with 5.5 minutes to play, looking at first down and 10 at the 17-yard line. DeMasi under center in the flex bone, two receivers to the left. DeMasi going to keep, pulls away from Ian Days, makes his way down just shy of the 10-yard line. Hard-nosed running by Russell DeMasi that time.
What a good kid, DeMasi. Russell DeMasi, 6', 190 senior out of Savannah Christian. A line of, it's a good school and good quarterbacks. Brother was a good athlete as well. DeMasi sticking through it. Seen a lot of changes here at Georgia Southern, and he stayed on board. Good to have him out here. Cody checking in the ball game at tight end out of Mill Creek.
Cody Rediger in the lineup, second down 4 at the Bison 11-yard line. DeMasi going to keep again. DeMasi gets to the 6-yard line before he's hit hard there. Julian David laid the blow. DeMasi now very close to yet another first down. Let's see, then looking on the spot, it is a Franklin first down for the Georgia Southern Eagles. Sion Jones also checking into the game here. The Eagles getting everyone on the field with 4:29 to go in the game. Russell DeMasi, as Terry mentioned to you, senior out of Savannah, Georgia, does so much for this team and has done so much for this team. Great to see him get a chance out here in front of the crowd. Looking at inside the red zone here, first down goal to go at the Bison 6-yard line. DeMasi in the gun. Sion Jones now the B-back. They'll motion a slot back. The give to Sion Jones. He gets to the 2 and push back there. Got down around the 2-yard line. Couldn't get the surge he needed. Ian Days will check in at B-back. Sion Jones will get a breather here with 3:51 to go.
Getting a lot of fresh legs in. Jacob Bagley checking in the ball game at tight end. Senior out of McDonough, Georgia, Dutchtown High School. 6'3" senior. So Devontae Lewis still in there at B-back. And James Dean looks like he's in there at B-back now.
So Dean will check in at B-back. DeMasi under center. Second down goal to go from the 2-yard line. DeMasi to keep. DeMasi in for the score. Put an Eagle 6 on it. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. I see you, DeMasi out of Savannah, Georgia. He makes it 69-26 with 3:24 to go in this ball game.
What a way to go out, Russell DeMasi. Get you a touchdown last regular season game here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium, playing in the blue and white and the home crowd here. Savannah Christian's proud.
DeMasi will stay in to hold for Alex Hanks. Something told me at the 2-yard line, the coaching staff was going to call Russell's number.
He's another coach on the field, DeMasi has been.
Here's the snap, set is down. This time it's blocked. The Bison have been getting very close throughout this game. It's picked up by the Bison. They'll be down at the 12-yard line, and DeMasi a little slow. He got covered up quickly. And it looks like we got a flag at the goal line. We'll see if they jumped early. They came off the left edge. Let's wait and see. Ted Pitts will tell us. And
number 83 on the receiving team. Be half the distance. Reach right.
So Flanagan came around the left end, but a little too soon. He and Julian David trying to get to the kicker. And not going to please a lot of Georgia Southern fans after the shot.
No. Julian David has his helmet off and coming off the sideline as the rules said that he needs to. Yeah, if it wasn't for Hanks needing this extra point to continue to get the practice in, I wouldn't be surprised if Monken went for 2. Just how dare you hit my kid that just scored a touchdown. It was a senior.
So Hanks will get a chance to do it again. Tomasi will hold with 3:24 to go in this game. And we got movement again. So Howard again will make this very, very short point after.
And don't be surprised if he goes for 2.
And I think he's going to.
Number 50, contact, half the distance to the goal, try for point.
And it appears that will happen as Hanks will trot off the field. And now Coach Monken will relay the play to Tomasi here. They'll start the play clock at 25 seconds in just a moment. Now Howard says, uh-oh, they're going to go for 2. Let's switch this defense up. So on comes the Eagle offense after 2-point afters and 2 penalties offsides. Coach Monken decides, let's just go for 2. So the Eagles will huddle up. Play clock begins. They'll break from the huddle. Going for 2 here, 69-26. Russell Tomasi will be under center. James Dean will be the B-back. Tomasi takes the snap, follows behind Dean, dives over the line.
Oh, he was in.
Oh, he was in. That was a 2-point conversion. They yet to give the signal. He sailed over the line. Oh, boy.
I think they're thinking he lost the ball.
Let's see. There's a scrum for it. He was over the line. There's no question he was over the line.
He's still over the line. Oh, come on, guys. Officials don't do this now.
I second that one.
My goodness. We've left you alone for the most part today.
He was over the line. It was.
The ball carrier fumbled the ball into the end zone.
Okay.
It was recovered by Georgia Southern. But with the 4th down fumble rule in effect, the person that fumbled the ball has to recover the ball. So the try is no good.
I'll give you that. You're off the hook, Mr. Whitehat. Sorry I doubted you.
You know, it'd be interesting to look at the replay as to whether or not he fumbled the ball after breaking the plane. But again,
well, we're not on TV.
We'll look at it here. No, he got hit.
Yep.
Came out. Good call. 3:24 to go. Point after, no good. 69-26. Score remains. We'll take a timeout. We'll return to Paulson Stadium in just a moment. You're listening to Georgia Southern football. 3:24 to go in this game. 69-26. Ryan Nowicki to kick it away. This time gets high. Will be fielded at the 3-yard line by Matthew Colvin. Goes to the far side. Now tries to find some room across the hash. Gets it across the 20 and then met there by a group of Eagles and dropped back after he got to the 23-yard line. 3:16 to play in this game. Seems like it's been a long game. We mentioned the point after attempt fumbled at the line, and Chambers, you were right there to see it. I mean, what did you see? It looked like a good call. May have lost the football. Tomasi right at the goal line.
Well, it wasn't a safety. Yeah, I mean, it's what it looked like. He went over and he lost the football, but it looked like he broke the plane. But as you said, that rule in effect there that kind of forgot about.
First down and 10 at the 24 for the Bison. McGee under center. Handoff LaFall. Bouncing off tackler's right side. Finds some room up the near, or rather far sideline, and a late flag going to come out.
Yeah, something to be said here. Howard has played a lot of their starters this entire game, and kind of keep that in mind when you think about that last drive from Georgia Southern with Tomasi in and then Dobson's touchdown pass.
After the runner was out of bounds, personal foul, late hit, number 22 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
Real quickly, since you mentioned that, Ryan, Tomasi's 2-yard run capped off an 8-play, 57-yard drive by the senior quarterback. 3 minutes and 51 seconds. The Domino's Pizza Drive delivery presented by Domino's Pizza, proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics. 681-4326 Statesboro. Go to Domino's.com for a location near you. Checking into the ball game, Tay Hicklin, freshman out of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
First down 10 after the infraction up to their own 47-yard line. Again, the carry. LaFall gets to midfield, crunch down there.
Trevor Shaw, the senior out of Alpharetta, Georgia, the transfer from Wyoming, doing a good job today, getting some extra playing time, some extra reps in there. Also getting some reps today is Zach Reckers,
Russell Demasi, as I mentioned, getting his touchdown, his second career touchdown as an Eagle. His 29-yard run in that drive is a career long for Russell. A touchdown coming back in 2010. In fact, 69 points, the first time the Eagles have scored that much since back in 2001 against Savannah State in a 69-6 win. 2:12 to go. Second down, 8 at the 49. Howard again happy to hand the ball off right side into Eagle territory to the 47. Boyd Sasser coming in to hit LaFall. Sets up third down and a short 4 here with under 2 minutes to play in the ball game between Howard and Georgia Southern. Real quickly, want to send a shout out to Wayman and Kay Schumann, who are apparently watching the game out on the West Coast in Los Angeles, California. Kay, of course, the longtime ticket manager here at Georgia Southern.
Out there with Charlie Edwards out that way.
It'll have to be the West Coast Eagle Club here
There you
soon.
go. Charlie and the Schumans can put that together.
Third down and 4 at the 47-yard line of the Eagles for the Howard Bison with under 90 seconds to play. And now before the snap, whistles and yet again stop in action. And Ryan, I got to check with you, man. Terry and I get to enjoy the booth during the games, and for me, it seems like this game has taken forever.
It has. What time is it anyway? About 4:30, 5 o'clock?
5:15, brother.
5:15? This game has gone on for a while.
Especially when you think about the Wofford game that lasted like 12 minutes.
Well, yeah, and it always seems to fly by when you're having that much fun in Spartanburg, right?
Yeah, exactly. A.J. Wright checking into the ball game, a linebacker. Also DeShante.
DeShante Ironhead Gallen into the game, the freshman for the Eagles. Third down and 9 at the 48. And again, on the carry. Not much doing. Back to the line of scrimmage to the 49. Maybe lost a yard. Edwin Jackson, the sophomore out of Atlanta, making the tackle.
While we have a moment, also, and I told Chris I wanted to get this in for the broadcast. Congratulations to former quarterback Jabo Shaw and Lee Shaw and an All-American Rob Stockton, defensive coordinator. How about the Raby County Wildcats are going to the playoffs? Boy, you don't get to say that in the Georgia High School Association a whole. I've been a long time. Congratulations to that coaching staff up there to get those boys back in the playoffs.
Brandon Thomas will be back deep for the Eagles to return this punt with 28 seconds. Play clock down to 4. Howard will get it off with 2 seconds. The kick is away, mile high but short. Thomas coming over, taking a look, takes a bounce for the Eagles, straight up in the air, will be down at the 26-yard line. So with 14 seconds to play, the Eagles will send out the offense, take a snap, take a knee, and this will be all she wrote.
You would think Thomas, kid out of Milledgeville, Baldwin County High School.
It's amazing what Jabo Shaw and the Shaw family can do. Rabun County, I don't know if you could say worst to first, but obviously.
I think you can say worst to first.
Obviously, they have done a tremendous job up there. It was great to see Jabo and Cullowhee when the Eagles played Western Carolina earlier this season, as Matt Dobson will trot onto the field. He will take the snap and take the knee. And Austin Hagan, the redshirt freshman out of Decula, will snap this football. Dobson in the gun with 14 seconds to play. Takes the snap. Nope. Dobson's going to look to throw. Sprint out near side. Throws, and this one incomplete. Stops the clock with 9 seconds to go in this ball game.
He had James Dean down there.
Jacob Bagley.
Hey, no surrender. You play to the final tick.
Can you imagine how mad Furman Radio is going to be about this?
Well, Furman Radio needs to worry about App State right now. They're still trailing in Boone 27-14 at halftime. No doubt they're listening and watching this broadcast.
Jacob Bagley was the intended receiver, just thrown a little bit off the mark. So now there's 9 seconds remaining in the game. Second down, 10 at the 49, and now the victory formation will come out. Didn't think I'd see the victory formation in the shotgun. Now under center, Dobson will take a knee. He'll take the snap and the knee, and this game will be over. The final 3 seconds roll off the clock. The horn will sound, and this one is in the books. The Eagles victorious on homecoming day, 69-26, their most points since 2001. And they were a point after away from setting that one to 70. But as it stands, 69-26, the final score over the Howard Bison in the first ever meeting here on the gridiron. Coming up, we've got the Ford locker room wrap-up. Take you through the full game stats, full game highlights, interviews with players.